Betty White would rock your fucking world.
Good God.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kinda Funny podcast. I'm one of your best friends, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
I hope Cool Greg starts that with just me saying Betty White would rock your fucking world.
I'm pretty sure he will.
So
That's the
has to
idea.
watch the pre-show. It's a good pre-show, this one.
It was a good one. About time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
6 episodes in, we figured out how to do a pre-show.
We got that magic
You know what I
sauce.
mean?
Started slow. We let Bear be on camera. Always a mistake.
Over here, the Hispanic heartthrob, Andy Cortez.
Good to have you back, Greg.
Thank you. It's good to be back, everybody. I've been gone an entire
I'm
week.
so excited that you're back for the entire month now. You're not going anywhere else this week. It's super great. I love it. I love it.
And rounding out the group, the verified one, AKA the second best baby blues in San Francisco, AKA Forbes 30 under 30 at Tim Gettys.
Let Tim host. It is good having you back, Greg.
It's nice to be with you guys. I mean, that's the thing for people who are listening maybe on Friday, right? Because they didn't support us on Patreon. No big deal.
Big deal.
Big deal.
Shame, man.
It was like a slight, but it was real. Because I've been gone an entire week, more than an entire week.
it was
And
intense.
when we came in today, as usual, Kinda Funny Games Daily, nobody else is here. Nobody else is coming in that early unless they're involved with that show.
no.
So I haven't. And then when I came off, Troy and Nolan were here. You guys did Internet Explorers. Then there was KFAF stuff. Then there was debate. We haven't actually talked. We haven't caught up. This is an
the
episode
moment.
rife with storytelling. Close calls, you know what I mean?
This connection.
First things first, is the table higher or did I shrink in Montreal? I feel like things...
It might be higher, actually.
Okay.
I was
feels lower.
I was
expecting.
We haven't raised
Is
it.
it on an angle?
Well, I don't know.
It might be on an angle.
I was
That
expecting
is-
when Greg would get here to be like, oh wow, Andy, you've grown so much. Like when the last time I saw you, you're like this. You know, you always did to your nephews.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I remember you're that big.
I have a
Yeah.
funny story for you, Greg.
Lay it on me.
Get a text message from one Elena Scarpino.
Oh, good.
What happened to KFAF? I heard it was canceled.
Nailed it.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
And then I have to spend way longer than I
Greg's
should
joking.
explaining that Johnny Ace stole the belt from Greg.
sure.
Greg's
Who's
pissed
Johnny
off.
Ace?
And then I picture Johnny. He looks a lot like you. Ma, okay, Ma. Don't worry, it's totally fine. We've been renewed for season 2. She goes, okay, great. That's great. My prayers have been answered. Tell Greg to stop messing with an old woman's heart. That's what she
She didn't
said.
say that. She
did.
didn't say that. Well,
She
she better strap in. Because I'll tell you what, man.
Strap it on.
You want to talk about just opening Pandora's box. I'm going to be fucking in the middle of nowhere, Quebec, and start looking at my DMs and be like, oh, where does he see you? What is he? I'm like, these fuckers. God damn
There
it.
was nothing better than Nick editing the whole time being, Greg's gonna be so pissed.
Not only is he pissed, but for some reason. So here's the deal. Austin was supposed to give me that message the week prior when you were here.
Yeah.
But he didn't, and I was like,
busy.
I don't want to. You're busy. I don't.
Yeah.
If he forgets, he forgets. He remembered. He texted Andy to get my number. Texted me. He's like, when do you want me to do this? I was like, whenever you want. And it just so happened to work out that message was delivered on the week that you. In the remote area
of Canada,
So
trying not to
good.
look at my phone or do anything.
So
with
mad.
it. So great. Well, I mean, like, this is the podcast.
Sure.
It's fun pro wrestling.
Of
stuff.
course, yeah.
But you know how I don't. I'm gonna. This escalates
I
now.
know, I know.
If we're gonna
You
do,
opened this,
if
Nick.
we're gonna
This is
do
your
shit
life.
that like it drastically hinders or changes up what's happening, and we don't have to tell each other anymore. All right, fine.
All right.
You want a good feud leading into our pay-per-view in April? All right, buddy. I'll give it to you. Strap
Oh
in.
man,
We're
so
talking
great.
like Big Boss Man Al Snow stuff where I make you eat your own dog. All right?
It's party time.
Al Snow, holy shit, I haven't heard that name in a while.
I think about him often.
I think about Val Venus a lot.
Oh,
Val
sure.
Venus,
Yeah.
I
Val
legitimately-
Venus has no penis, remember that?
Here's the oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I
Go.
was just gonna say, I think about the having to eat his own dog thing way more than I should.
Sure.
Like that scarred me.
Like it's just like, why did Al Snow even think that he would eat the Big Boss Man would ever serve him something good? Like,
Well-
you know what I mean?
What was the catchphrase for Al Snow?
Head.
Yeah, head. Everybody. What does everybody want?
Head. Yeah.
What does
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
need? That's
Head.
right. That's right.
And then it became Pepper, the dog. Pepper.
There's
is
this
the dog.
new up and coming NXT guy that we watched his intro today.
Hockenbogen.
I forget his name. Ken, can you look at the Internet Explorer doc and find out his name?
It's like Hagenbog or something.
His
like
entrance is
Hagenbog.
essentially it's Johnny Ace just coming out and like he just plays air guitar for like
Nice.
6 minutes.
It's way too long.
It's so fucking
Great, but that wasn't. What's amazing is we watched this clip, and that wasn't even his entrance.
Yeah.
That was an encore.
It was an encore.
He did so well. They asked him to come back out. He just did his entrance again
That's
and
rad.
then played air guitar.
That's awesome.
Do you remember
Didn't even
when-
wrestle. It was
Good.
fucking
Do you
great.
remember?
It's at the bottom. It's the last fun clip.
Last fun clip. We're scrolling. We're scrolling. We're
gang,
scrolling.
God damn, this is a long ass runner show.
You guys went a long time today.
That's what it is.
Eric
Bugenhagen.
Everybody, yeah, I was assuming we were not going to show it, right?
No.
Call
So
them the
check it out.
Everybody jump. It's on
watch it
Put it on
WWE.
Internet Explorer.
Just give you a tease, though.
So, as you do, the question I was thinking about recently, right, is Mania, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Great job. Very proud of you. We're getting closer. And I feel like we've gone to enough pay-per-views recently. Of course, I kicked it off with Survivor Series. Brock Lesnar called me a stupid fucker or whatever the fuck it was, which
Fucking moron.
Played really great when I showed that to a very we were hanging out in Quebec City, right? Jen's friend from way back, her boyfriend, who's great, but he speaks majority French, but we get along and he understands English. We have a great time. But I reached new levels of coolness when he's like, "Do you like wrestling?" And I was like, "Oh my god, yeah!" And all our stories, I'm like, "Brock Lesnar?" And he's like, "No, he didn't." I showed him the clip and he flipped out. That was fun. Then we did TLC. We were all there. We had a great time. We initiated a whole bunch of people. And then, of course, we just got back from the Rumble, right? Mania on the horizon. What I want to propose for the group going to Mania
We all dress
is a
like-
little... exactly. But we all dress up as refs. So we just have 10 people dressed as WWE refs.
Oh, I'm in.
Sitting around in the shirts,
in.
That's
the black
great.
slacks. I'm in.
I'm totally
Let's
in.
do it.
I have a rough
I'm
costume
definitely
in the
in.
thing
I'm in
right
too.
now.
Well, I want to get real. I mean, I want it to look
You want to
official.
go to Big Five Sporting Goods right now with Uncle Nick?
I want it to look
after-
official. I don't want it to just be that we get regular refs. We got to get and make them look like
Here's what
WWE.
we all of us dressed in the exact same ref outfit, except for Andy. Andy dresses as sexy ref. See what I'm saying?
I'm not even going
He
there.
has to. No, back here. Andy has to. Andy dresses as the sexy ref with the tiny little booty shorts.
Oh, I've seen them. Yeah, yeah.
You know, and maybe like a little cutoff shirt.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not even that.
Oh,
They have like
yeah.
a deep V.
Yeah, a deep V.
Yeah, and then the
Deep V,
whistle
sexy
or whatever.
ref. Have we figured out who's all going to New York? Or do we not
Dude,
know?
have we
Okay.
figured out who's going to San Francisco this weekend? Like we got too
That
much.
should be easier. Truth be told. We all do
You'd
live
like to
there.
think so, but you never know.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, usually four best friends gather on this table, each coming to talk to you about whatever they want to talk about and catch up and go through your bronze tier questions and everything else. If you like that, if you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindoffunny where you can get each and every episode early. You could be watching it live as we record it, or you could get it ad-free early as an MP3 and video before it goes live on youtube.com/kindoffunny and podcast services around the globe. Housekeeping for you. Don't forget that the Kind of Funny World Tour is rolling on this Sunday. Yes, this Sunday, if you're getting this live on Friday. We're in San Francisco at Triple Voodoo Brewery at 3 p.m. Then we're doing Nick's comedy show, Cobb's Comedy. We're excited that night. From there, we go to Kansas City in March. Then we go to New York in April. The full rundown is up on kindoffunny.com/events. Also, thank you to our Patreon producers. It's my first time doing this. Our first time, of course.
Yeah.
These are all the people who supported us January when the fundraising was crazy. So I'm gonna take a deep breath. Thank you to Patreon producers: Drew, Ernie, Karash, Josavi, James Davis, DJ Kento, Bert Meg.
Too early for this shit, Greg.
Do you want me to read it?
There's Bert.
Meg.
What's funny about that?
Mark Greenman, Patrick Higgins, Gabe C.
That's probably Mark Freeman, most likely, right?
I read what Joey gives me.
It says Mark Greenman. With a
Okay,
Z.
fine. The next one's Pizza Burgers. Who was that? What typo was that, Andy? Ramiro Gonzalez, Mike McLaughlin, Ty Moore. Oh, I wonder if that's my Ty Moore. Willie Lopez, Ty Smith, Kieran O'Donnell, Dom Dom,
Yeah. That's a good one.
John Totland, Sam David, Drew Grandier,
Gardner.
like Gardenier Fruities.
No, Gardner.
Parker Luckenbach.
Yeah.
Eric Metzung and Devin Holbrook.
Did you read Gabe C. also and Patrick?
I
Higgins?
did. I did.
cool.
You were still so caught up in how
thing.
funny Bert makes.
Dom I get. Bert Meg. Like, okay.
Oh my God, Bert! I love it. It's a great name. You don't see BERT for a name much anymore, let alone followed up by name.
They're not making Berts anymore, man.
They don't make them like they used to.
Oh my
that's
God,
for sure.
Mr. Meg. What's that, Mrs. Meg? What do you want to name our kid? Well, what version of Bert isn't used that much anymore?
Just let him out. It's
It's been too long.
I've been
up in a
on the bench
Mic.
too long, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're brought to you by Robinhood, but I'll tell you about that later.
great. You're doing a great job.
well,
Oh,
I
we're
love
not
your
having
energy.
fun anymore.
I love your energy.
No, that was no.
I love your energy. I mean, you don't understand. You understand me? I don't like when I'm the goofy one.
Oh, okay.
When you leave the office, then all of a sudden I gotta put on a fucking suit and tie.
No,
and
you don't
shit
have
like
to.
this, and I gotta fucking.
also don't.
Joey's like, "Hey, what's happening with this guy? Can you run the production meeting?" He's like, "What the?" I gotta do all that stuff. I don't like it. When you're here, we get to be shenanigans. It's like it's
Sure.
the Knuckle Brothers.
Sure.
The Knuckle Brothers.
Man, we have been the Knuckle Brothers for a long time. Knuckle Bros. Stogie and Grappler, the Knuckle Brothers. Sorry, you guys got to get on the branding more. You know what I mean? We're over here negotiating action figure deals.
Yeah, how many names do you got?
Knuckle Brothers.
Knuckle Brothers.
That just happened right now. That's the only time it's ever been said.
We're the Knuckle Brothers. We're
Champ to
Stogie
champ.
and Grappler. We're champ to champ.
Yeah.
We're the assholes.
LaCroix
boy.
The assholes, which notably took a lot less
I also
effort.
do think we were the Koch brothers, which we got a
Koch
cease and desist on from the actual Koch brothers.
Oh my God! I'll tell you what. I missed you guys. It's been too long.
been too
You know what I
long.
mean? It has been. Regale me with stories of your life. What have I missed? What's happening?
We all left really early every day
Apex,
last week.
man.
That was it. That's all
I
that
bet,
happened. Yeah.
Yeah, you missed one of the biggest events in video games history with Apex Legends dropping.
Crazy, right?
Shit was nuts. 25 million as of today.
Great game.
I was
1 week.
I'm not pissed. Obviously, I like going up and visiting Jen's homeland. I like seeing her family. I like going to the Winter Carnival. We'll talk about all this, I'm sure, eventually. Bonhomme Carnaval.
There it is. Fucking terrifying thing.
What's terrifying about Bonhomme Carnival?
That fucking thing is terrifying to look at.
Kevin.
It's a life-size doll come to life,
Yeah.
and it looks at you with its fucking shark eyes. It has no expression. It's the kind of thing that when it eats your liver, it's staring into your eyes.
It
as
lacks
does it.
remorse.
Yeah.
And I thought this might come up.
Right.
That Bonhomme Carnival is
Right.
terrifying.
I saw the Forever 21 bag, and I was like, please just let it be that Greg shopped at Forever 21.
If you're an audio listener,
Jesus.
thank you.
Why is this so big?
I have a Air Canada bag, inside
like
of
a-
which is a Forever 21 bag, inside of which is a plastic bag duct taped together, inside of which is a Bonhomme Carnival.
Kevin, does it
Would you
not
like-
look like a giant bag of
Would
tortilla
you like
chips?
Barrett to do this for you?
from Costco,
Off camera?
Off camera. Where would the fun be in that, Nick? You know what I mean?
Greg with a knife.
What?
I don't know about
I'm a
this.
skilled surgeon.
I'm gonna take all
It's
this.
been well documented, hasn't it?
Did you bring himself here?
Oh, you didn't see this yet?
No.
So, again, when I go,
What did the TSA say when you try to put this on the plane?
well,
No?
this isn't a carry-on, of course. Come on now. You know what I
No,
mean? We had to
figured
check
that,
this.
I figured that they just wrapped this thing to the nth degree for a reason. Where did you get the Forever 21 bag?
At the same place I got Bonhomme Carnival. This guy, people's
the Forever
house.
21?
You know what I mean? So yeah, everybody knows Bonhomme Carnaval. Obviously, he's become legend. I don't know what's happened to the knife. Did the knife get caught in the bag? All right, everybody,
Safety.
have fun with knives. Is that not what they tell you in school? Learn from doing. I go to Quebec because, of course, that's where Geneviève Saint-Onge
This looks like a gigantic
my
kilo
life.
of cocaine.
is from. Yeah, I know. That's what she kept saying too. She was surprised
I
when
was
we cut
like,
into it.
you're gonna get stopped by the drug enforcement agency.
Of course, have talked about it before. We've done Bonhomme stuff on this show, have we not, Kevin?
Yep.
I guess it was a different
Morning
show.
show.
Go to my Instagram, Kevin. Show some photos of who Bonhomme Carnaval is. He is he's 400 pounds of packed snow. He is the winter mascot of Carnival du Quebec. Every year, if you didn't know, they celebrate how cold it is there. And whereas normal people like us would shy away, here it is, Kev, throw that up there, would shy away from how cold it is and we want to be outside, they embrace it. And they have Bonhomme Carnaval, this giant snowman who talks. Kevin, actually, yeah, can you bring up the volume on this? Because, yeah, I don't think we've ever shown.
Jen is terrified of me.
See, that's a human being. Oh, I shouldn't say that. That's Bonhomme Carnival talking.
I don't either. I'm
They're not supposed to talk.
No, that makes him more lovable and his mouth not moving.
That
You know
makes
what I
it
mean?
Scarier.
And so, yeah, my
Seems
wife
like
hates
your
him.
wife
It's
loves
like the. It's
Well,
like
go ahead and click through because you see it gets
Fassbender's,
better. It gets
the
better. No,
Fassbender
wrong
Snowman
wrong
movie.
arrow. Go back. And then click. There you go, Kev. So you can see Bonhomme. Now, yeah, Jen, terrified of Bonhomme, always has been mentioned on our first date. And I was like, what's Bonhomme Carnaval? She showed the video because, of course, they go, and then he does the kick. We've talked about this. We've talked about it. This
iconic-
video,
oh,
you can
right.
go to my Instagram, unverified still, and see me kick with Bonhomme again. And also dab. Because Bonhomme, of course, here's the thing.
He's learning.
Everybody wants to talk shit about Bonhomme Carnival, obviously, at this table. He's
Everyone.
creepy, he's
At this
scary,
table.
he's whatever, right? Bonhomme Carnival, watch the Kind of Funny Game Showcase. He congratulated me on it, and then he said, I'd like to play that game when Ski Lifts attack. And I was like, oh, you really did enjoy this
very
content,
on
you know what I mean?
brand.
Exactly. And so, yeah.
Dedication.
What had happened is the people we stay with in Quebec City, Jen's friends, as I already brought up, this French speaker, her best friend Mary.
Now, how do you pronounce it? Quebec?
I say Quebec, yeah.
Now, how do they say it?
I don't know.
Quebec.
Is it just Quebec?
You were saying that, or that's what Nolan North was trying to say today. I don't know if I understand that, if I believe that. I
Is
don't.
it Quebecois?
No one's corrected me, and trust me, I get corrected on a lot of things out there.
Oh my God, this is knife white waving in front
What are
of
you
my-
talking about, Andy? Do you not trust me?
No.
No.
Andy.
No, okay, so hold on. Here's the thing. There's a lot going on right now.
Right.
You are unpacking what I assume is his body, his carcass.
Well, as you know, I mean, Bonhomme,
No, we don't know.
on everything I've just told you, you know that he is a symbol of love and the Winter Carnival and everything else. So there's a lot of Bonhomme merch. And so
Okay.
as everyone up there, they take him for granted. They don't understand how cool he really is, right? Why are you so scared, Andy? What do you think I'm gonna do with the
scared.
knife?
I'm just
You know what I
scared.
mean? Don't worry about it so much. They take it for granted, and so Jen's friends know that I have an obsession now with him. Well, not even an obsession, right? I have a real friendship. He remembered me. He watched my content.
Let me ask you this: do they know that you have an obsession, or do they know that if they got you this costume, you would terrify Jen?
It
with
is not a costume, all right? First off, there is no costume. Bonhomme Carnaval is a real person.
I can't wait to see it in 2 hours.
They've never seen him in 2 places. Are you telling me audio listeners right now on their way to school and work, maybe drifting off to sleep, don't like this content?
I'm just saying it's an egregious amount of duct tape. You didn't need this much duct tape for this.
Well, as you may know,
Did you do this?
It costs money to pack bags. There was a brief moment. Check
weight.
bags. No, just in general. There was a
But you
brief
put
moment of
5
maybe we will try to bring him on as a carry-on. But it turns out that was impossible. He's still too big of a potato.
There was a moment where like, is this worth doing? And everyone's like, no. And Greg's like, I don't care.
Do you understand? You see, Tim, we've known this for a while with holidays.
Yeah.
You're a bah humbug kind of
Uh-huh.
man, all right?
100%.
And I won't lie to you. I've been there too, where I haven't been appreciative of gods among us.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know, once you meet Bonhomme, that all changes. And so, yeah, I'm gonna celebrate him. Yeah, I'm gonna buy stuff. Yeah, okay, this costs $75 to bring. It was just one bag in a garbage bag. Whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't. He was. See, there you go. It's not a costume. We have our own office.
I
Bonhomme.
expected him to like expand into a full size.
Hello, it's
hot
kind of
in there.
funny.
See, I thought it was going to be something useful, but
Yeah, no, I will say, I can't believe that I'm actually saying this, but I'm more disappointed
That it wasn't
now that it's open than I was when it was closed.
Why?
I'm just glad we finally got to see it.
What? How could you be disappointed in this?
Why is he all tethered like that?
Again, he had to be strapped in, Kevin.
is
You
the,
can't
is the
just-
price tag on that thing still?
Well, he's from a thrift store.
Okay, good. I want to make sure
mean-
you didn't spend like $1,000
Where's
on
it
this.
gonna be stored?
Well, that's a great question. And what I've been thinking is we get another desk. Like, I definitely
Take
think
Barrett's desk.
it's $20. It says on the thing.
Yeah,
here.
no, I saw that.
But that's Canadian, so that's like $8 ours.
$8, yeah.
Exactly.
I will say this: I'm all for putting him at Kevin's desk and then making Bonhomme Carnaval our new HR representative. So anytime
appreciate
Kevin
that.
has a problem,
He
he has
just
to go
can't say
talk
yes
to
or no.
the Bonhomme Carnaval.
Yeah, Bonhomme.
Bonhomme.
Good man.
Good man.
Bonhomme. Yeah, there you go.
Bonhomme.
You got it. Yeah. Look at
Bonhomme
him.
Eyes
Carnival.
are terrifying.
What do you? First off, now
When you just let him go, Greg, like just like his,
I imagine this thing's
like why does he look like the guy from the Goonies?
Kevin, Kevin, can I have?
Fucking
Can I have?
sloth.
yeah.
well, I mean, because
I'm gonna eat your heart,
I don't like it.
Oh no.
Andy. Let's be friends, Andy. Put your hands in the handcuffs, Andy.
now, of course, I mean, like,
Ew.
remember, he's got to breathe, right? He's been balled up this entire time. You got to like shake him out like a pillow, all right?
It smells
He's
like
not
a thrift store.
I have a bad sense of smell, so I can't talk to that. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad
Yeah.
smell. It's just like a smell that
Sure.
I
It's a
recognize.
dirt
Sure.
kind of like dirty smell.
Like a bunch of clothes have been around
yeah.
him.
It also smells a lot like whiskey breath.
That's
Like,
me.
Oh, it's okay.
Me and Tim are having fun over here. We
like
like to
that
party,
too.
doggy dog.
Oh, I understand.
So okay, so you met him again. He remembered you,
Yeah.
which implies that it's the same. Well, it's the same man. We understand
I mean,
that,
it's
but like
the
it's the
same good man.
It's the same good man in the
Yeah.
in the suit,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Talking to you
Yeah.
every year. It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody knows who he is.
Is it like a Santa Claus situation where there's like a bunch of different stores and a bunch of different Santas?
Man, you'd love to. No, there's only one Bonhomme,
Okay.
and he's walking around doing stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
How known is he? Like, is this like a very, 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 very specific thing that like Jen grew up having?
this is a very, very Quebec thing, yeah.
Okay.
And I think the further you get from Quebec City and the Winter Carnaval.
So people in Montreal that aren't from Quebec or whatever
they would not know. Who
They
he is.
don't
No,
know.
no,
about
they
that.
wouldn't.
How
But here's
famous is
how
he?
famous he is. I put up a photo of me and him there. You know who freaked out? Naomi Kyle. I saw the responses on the Instagram. She's flipping out.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people are like, "Oh, we're from Quebec and he's terrifying. We're with Jen." I'm like, shut up. You know, she's got bad taste in men. Clearly, she got bad taste in good men too. That's the thing. Now
I
we
feel
know.
like Frosty would fuck him up.
No, not a chance in hell.
Frosty would fuck him.
Not a chance in hell. Frosty the Snowman is not good.
Terrifying.
All right.
What do you mean?
What? He's 3 balls. This guy's walking around mobile talking. He doesn't melt. That's never been part of his narrative. You know what I mean?
Frosty.
Frosty the Snowman's got a magic hat. You knock the fucking hat off, he's gone. Put him Carnival.
First off,
everlasting life.
It's like Iron Man with a
Let
suit.
me ask you this important question: was Bonhomme Carnaval ever played by one Michael Keaton?
No, and neither was Frosty the Snowman. That is Jack Frost, the movie where he dies and then gets his spirit gets locked into a snowman. It's a very different thing. Idiot.
There's 2 different Jack Frost movies. One's
got
a
Yeah, one's a horror
One's a
movie.
horror
Yeah,
movie.
That was
Shannon
awesome.
Elizabeth's in the one.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I could
I
tell you
think
a
so.
story or two of like the time that I stole my uncle's American Pie DVD.
And you watch it.
Just had to go
touch
take
your
it to
pud.
the other room. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a big moment for a lot of us.
Great moment for a lot of us.
And you're like, I'm
Mijo.
fucking touching my mijo, my little mijo.
Sure, I guess.
My mijo.
Yeah, I just didn't know if this was like an internationally known thing.
I mean, it's
Because I could talk to you all day about Rocky the dinosaur, the Peter
I would
Piper
love to
mascot.
hear that. I would love to hear. But why wasn't he there when we were there? Is he winding down? Is it one of those things?
It's one of those things that they've been sort of phasing out. I mean,
PETA?
honestly, they phased it out like 15 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
unethical
he's really
treatment of
got,
dinosaurs.
he's really got a lasting legacy, an enduring.
Kevin, can you look
legacy.
up Rocky Dinosaur from Peter Piper? He looks like Barney a lot, actually. I bet you
Purple?
it was. Yeah, I bet you there was a
Cease and desist going on.
Yeah, there had to have been because they were super, super similar looking dinosaurs. But Rocky had, I don't know what dinosaur he was, but he kind of reminded me of the really cool kid from Dinosaurs.
Yeah, the brother, the older brother.
Yeah, he had
who-
like
who
the
wore a
mohawk.
Letterman jacket.
Yeah, look at
Here
this
we
guy.
go.
Look at Rocky.
There he is.
There he is. There's
Peter Piper
Rocky.
Pizza purple dinosaur.
More importantly, go back to the other photo. Look at this manager back there, beaming with pride.
Yeah.
As they
Oh, yeah.
walk around. They
Why
walk
does,
Rocky
why
around.
does, okay, can you click over to the
He's like,
cartoon version?
he's like, my restaurant right
Why
here that I
does-
own is fucking lit right
Yeah.
now.
Why does Rocky look like he has a bacterial infection on his face?
All right,
What's
you know
going
what?
on with
Don't judge
those?
appearances. That's the first thing
Those are
Rocky teaches you.
scales.
Those are scales.
Wow. All right, from
That's
the
terrifying.
from the profile view, I thought that looks pretty well done. And then this one,
Yeah.
there's just googly eyes on him.
Why is there not even consistency between Rockies? Like, look at this one. Like,
Yeah.
how
It
much
looks like
red?
Yoshi.
Like, it's so- like, there's
Yeah,
just
that's a
dots
different
all
color
over the
there.
place.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like,
They're hard to like.
The-
Oh my God, Kevin, go down. Left. Left.
oh my God,
Left.
the anime one.
Left.
Left.
Laugh.
Right. Yes.
There.
Rocky
Holy
Peter Piper
shit.
on
Is he doing
Unifi
some
Club.
fan service?
5 Nights at Peter Piper's Pizza by Morbid Horrors.
That's what it reminded me of.
It
Good
doesn't
job,
say
fan artist.
on DeviantArt, but you assume it's on DeviantArt.
Good.
Great job.
Where do you think his hand is? Where do you think his right hand is?
Jesus.
Is he working against them there, you think?
I think in that scenario he's a villain, but generally he's a good dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you met him? Like the mascot version?
No, never met the mascot for sure. I don't think so. I don't think I have. I've never met the man behind the mask.
Is he if I go to a Peter Piper back in the day, because obviously we went to one in Arizona, it was lovely, great pizza. I could go for some of it right now.
Yeah.
But if I go back in the day, am I going to see him there? No, I'm going to see him at the fucking place, or is it like it's a
What do you
special
think?
occasion?
I think it's like
That's the question,
I don't
isn't it,
remember
Tim?
seeing him, but
Isn't it, Tim?
I think
Just
it's like a special sort of party thing that you may request him when you request all those tables.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, $40 for Rocky to come by, and they bring in like their cook or whatever.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Rocky's gonna come by, but your pizza's gonna take an extra however long you hang out with Rocky. You know? That's how long it's gonna take.
How long is it gonna take? Well, how long do you want to hang out with?
a lot of questions
There's
here.
one guy back there that fits the costume. That's pretty much it.
Can we take this off?
Sure, I'll get it right. Nick, what's your favorite mascot from growing up?
My favorite mascot from growing up.
Hamburglar.
I mean, the hamburger was great. Actually, I'm being 100% honest. The McDonald's mascots terrified me a little bit when I was a kid. Hamburger was a little crazy. What was Grimace was always kind of fun, but you're always like, someone put a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
He's not living his best life.
The
Grimace is his best days are behind him. You know?
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, I'm walking around. Like, yeah.
it reminds you of the fucking dancing animals.
Dancing bear?
Yeah, dancing bear.
My favorite mascot.
No, it reminds me of the dancing animals. The animatronics.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Just sad.
Chuck E.
So
Cheese,
Chuck
man.
E. Cheese had some, but
And
then
Enchanted Castle, growing up, they had Toby the dinosaur that would sing to you.
yeah, because there were other things that they're more famous. They're sort of what Five Nights at Freddy's was based on or whatever. And I knew a guy who owned the rights to them. And he was like, oh, Five Nights at Freddy's is blowing up. I wanted to do something like this as well. So this guy contracted me to make them in 3D. And it's like fucking Banjo-Kazooie. I forgot the bear's name, but it's a big bear with a banjo, and it's another bear with an electric
Banjo-Kazooie,
guitar. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus, God, it's killing me, Kevin. It's fucking...
Kevin, don't show it to us, but glance at the chat. I bet they're shouting out. That sounds right. The Country Bear Jamboree from Disney.
It's very similar to those guys, but
it was part of a restaurant?
They have a name that different restaurants had. For example, my restaurant, Funtime Pizza, back in the day, had these bears up there or whatever. And so I was contracted to model them in 3D, and then he wanted to like print out figurines and shit. And then I don't really know what happened.
Did it blow your mind growing up that any of you, this is an open-ended question for all of you, that when you were growing up, you thought everyone had everything, and then you went to a different state, and you're like, they don't have this?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they don't have this. Why is it no Shakey's Pizza?
Yeah, I forget where we went down south. And it might have just been Southern Illinois. But we got there and it was the first time I ever saw a Hardee's.
Yeah.
And it was like, and they were like giving us a tour because we were on a bus, like, I don't even know, it's fucking maple syrup or some shit we're getting toured around looking for. You know what I mean? Whatever you try.
Yes. That's it.
Real quick aside, trying to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do with a child for the 20 hours it's awake every day, and it's just like fucking insane. Yeah, sure, get on a bus, we're looking at trees. I understand, Mom, Dad, I'm not gonna blame you.
You're gonna learn something.
But then I remember distinctly the woman being like, "This is our Hardee's," and everybody's like, "Ooh," and I was like, "What the fuck is a Hardee's?" And some other woman was like, "Oh, we have two in my town," and the tour guide woman was like, "Well, this is ours." And I was like, "Damn,
I love that.
All right, good
Damn,
job,
I didn't know
woman.
Hardee's was a thing until we went to Mizzou.
Yeah,
And it blew my mind because we have Carl's Jr., they have Hardee's, which is weird.
Same thing.
But we have the green burrito, they have the red burrito.
Yeah.
Weird, dude.
And I'm like, why the fuck would you do that?
Mirror world.
So you're talking about the
Rockafire.
the Rockafire explosion,
DJ
right?
Kento.
Yeah. Thank you, DJ Kento.
Tone Deaf and his group rented them for a music video one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because, I think the story was that the guy who owned them, he had the animatronics, and his fucking building, like, burned down or some shit. And they all, like, they're gone. So the original one.
Oh, wow.
Greg's about to laugh about something right now.
Why I wasn't gonna do it? Burton made.
Jesus. Kevin,
Yo.
I just slapped you a picture.
I miss you. Nobody
Oh,
laughs
my
like
God.
you. We don't laugh.
Hey man, nobody likes to enjoy life around
Tim
here.
hasn't smiled in 3 weeks straight. Are you aware of this?
It's been longer than 3 weeks.
Jesus Christ.
I forget where we lost him, but we lost him a while ago.
We lost him around
Years
20.
And it was that thing where it was like a slow evolution of like, I think you were like, oh man, Tim's not having any fun. I'm like, no, Tim is great. And now I see it. Now I just see it.
Yeah.
You know what I
My
mean?
contacts bother me.
Dead
This
inside.
was my 21st birthday when we went to
Oh my God, are you eating his
Chuck E.
head
Cheese.
back there?
I was eating his head. The best thing though was this,
See, now-
this Chucky
Yeah.
was the dopest Chucky of all time. It was like a 19-year-old super ratchet chick, and she did not give a fuck about being in character.
Yeah.
No,
so
yeah.
she just hung out with us and was saying all types of inappropriate
Nice.
shit.
Just backstage giving
And it-
handies out to
It was
everyone.
fucking so great because
Jesus.
you see, imagine that little Chucky talking like Cool Greg.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure.
Just walking around, just like.
Now here's what I want to
So
bring up
good.
real quick with
What
this
do you wanna
photo, of
bring up?
course,
Yeah.
is again, when you came to IGN, we all knew the Tim and Alfredo love story, Simply Complex, all this different stuff. At what point did you want to Mandela effect or just retcon your life to make Kevin part of it? Kevin's not in this fucking photo.
Yeah,
You're like,
no.
oh, Kevin's been my best. He's been my brother forever. Admit you met Kevin 3 years into working at IGN.
My
I
mom
did.
never let me go to things. I'd always be in trouble, so she'd always be like, "Nah, you can't go."
It's the truth.
What were you getting into
Damn,
trouble
that's-
for?
To be fair,
you're the
also,
good
A
kid.
bunch
Bad
of
grades.
grades
We
weren't
don't
that
know
great.
who's in the other costumes in that photo as well. There's two more.
Those are the
Okay.
animatronics back there.
And Kevin might be in one of them. I burned my way in.
Why would I talk that way?
That's just a voice that's been created.
There's a million bad Kevin voices.
It's true.
The I'm Kevin doesn't make any
Now
sense.
that you bring it up, here's the deal. Now, I've only seen a slice of your
No.
life, but every photo I've ever seen from your youth doesn't feature Cool Greg, and it does not feature Kevin. It's just Alfredo. And I find
Cool
it
Greg's in
very
that picture.
suspicious.
Put it back
that
up. Cool Greg's in that
Alfredo-
picture?
Yeah, he was there at least.
Oh, now the photo's already been removed. Cool Greg's immediately photoshopping himself into this photo to try to make it look like
It's
it
just
was
him from now. He with legit,
You
with
know what?
legit
Don't bring
boss.
it up. Don't bring it up.
He's not in there, is he?
No, he is. He is.
What's he doing? Is he doing something crazy?
Fucking,
Show it to
just
us,
being
but don't
goofy.
show it to them. Also,
I mean, they're
by the
just gonna
way, this
rewind
is a
the video.
video. Like,
Yeah,
we
they're
were
just gonna
gonna
rewind it.
rewind it and look for it now.
All right,
know.
we'll move beyond it.
Fine, whatever. Beyond.
I don't want to get
It won't let me download it again. That's so
Oh,
weird.
Jesus.
Hey, it's gone.
Hackers.
Fucking
Fucking
gone, dude.
Mandela effect. You know what I mean?
Hack the
Fucking
planet.
hackers. Guys, I started watching a few different things over the weekend.
Yeah.
That I'm really, really excited
What'd you
about.
watch?
It was like 2:30 in the morning, and let me tell you, all weekend was just Fortnite and Apex. Finish all my Fortnite challenges.
Oh,
dude.
wow. Good job,
Knocked
dude.
them all out. Really exhausting.
When's the next season start? Soon, right?
This is the final week, so
Okay.
I think like in another week or so or something like that. Played a lot of Apex Legends, and then it was
Was it great?
super late at night. Apex is great.
I gotta play it tonight.
Oh, yeah,
It's
but-
party mode.
It's fun. We did a party
It's
mode.
fucking awesome.
Yeah,
very
that was
well
one,
made.
that's where we started in the conversation originally. I'm coming
I've
right
been
back to you.
restarting my PS4 Pro all the time. If you play on PS4
I
Pro,
heard-
restart your machine
I saw
every game.
I saw Brian from PlayStation 4 Trophy saying it's tied to your friends if you have too many friends. So it's going to be the same thing with me.
Really?
Where it'll just be all fucked up.
Yeah, I've been resetting my machine every game.
Yeah.
After every game, and then I haven't crashed.
Seems
once
like
or
a
whatever.
lot of thing.
I
don't
mean,
wanna
it starts
jump
off
through.
really fast though. Like the game, there's not a whole lot of
Yeah.
loading or anything like that. So
Yeah.
It seems like just a flaw.
Well, it's they'll patch it out.
yeah,
They'll figure it out.
they'll fix it up. Anyway, so played all night, and then it was like close to 3 a.m. And I downloaded the Rooster Teeth app, and I was like, I want to finally watch Genlock, starring Michael B. Jordan, Maisie Williams, David Tennant,
Blaine Gibson.
Blaine Gibson.
Blaine Gibson. Dude, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like
I'm watching it this weekend.
It like I got one of the best replies that I'll never like. I said I should watch Genlock one of these days, right? And I got a bunch of replies. Oh,
Maisie Williams
Like,
said.
no, some guy replied. He was like, "Dude, it's not just internet good. It's like actually really, really good."
Yeah.
I'm excited
There's
for
a-
And
it.
that's like the perfect thing that I could have described because after episode 1, I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome." And luckily I had 3 other episodes that I could watch, and then Saturday the 4th episode premiered or whatever. I was blown away by it. I am absolutely blown away by the quality, and it's weird because I like know so many people that helped work on it. And I was like, how? Like, I know you're capable of like awesome shit. Here goes Greg. Bird Meg. I was like, I know you guys are capable of awesome shit, but I feel like you guys are on steroids when you all did this. Like it's far beyond anything I thought they could have done. And it reminded me of it's all shot in like super like anamorphic widescreen and shit. And like Jesus Christ.
Get it all out. You've been cooped up in that.
God.
I think Nick would love it. I think
No,
he really would love
What
it.
is it about?
So
Gundam, basically.
Gundam Power Rangers.
Wow, what a surprise. Andy likes it.
It's like, yeah, it's a very super sci-fi. Michael B. Jordan's great. It's kind of like your typical, I think America is like splitting and the Union and the fucking whatever, they're all fighting and
Sure.
everybody's trying to move towards the East Coast. There's like a border line there that like once you cross the East Coast, there's a lot of people trying to defect from the West Side to go to the East Side to New York or whatever.
Quitters.
Yeah, come on, dude.
I don't believe
Dude, it's awesome. The story's really cool. And then in the first episode, it's like, bam, big story beat. I don't want to
Sure,
spoil
don't spoil it for
anything.
me.
And
Are these 30 minutes or 40?
and you're just like, oh shit, okay, well, whatever. And then the rest of the show goes on, and then it just surprises you and surprises you. It's like emotional at some points. It's super well written, like really, really witty. David Tennant's character, former Doctor Who guy, he plays like the main
Zordon.
yeah, he plays like the main scientist kind of behind this brand new technology, and he's super fucking funny. It's incredible, dude. I cannot recommend it more. Seriously, it's really, really good. And then I started Star Trek.
Hey!
What did you think?
I finally watched the first episode last night. Ended on such a cliffhanger, but yeah, I love cliffhangers. Like coming as a fan of like Breaking Bad, where after every episode you're like, oh shit, this episode ends on a great cliffhanger, and I can't wait for their episode 2.
Interesting because for me the first episode, while good, I was like the first few episodes it changes. Like everything is they throw so much at you that it's a little hard at first. But definitely stick with it because it's fucking amazing.
I also started watching Discovery.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, dude, I think I'm in episode 7. Really enjoying it.
So good.
Maybe 9.
So I bought it instead of doing the CBS All
me
Access.
too.
And dude, it looks incredible on a 4K TV.
gorgeous.
It's still 1080p. I could have sworn it was like 4K
Yeah.
until I like you do that thing where it shows you, what the frames per second are and what its resolution is. I could have sworn it was in 4K because it looks gorgeous, man.
Yeah, I got
awesome.
to. It's cool that you can buy that. I'm waiting. I'll probably wait for the second season to come be available for that too because I want to buy it. I want to give them money. Unless they come out with Picard, in which case, dang.
Yeah.
The other thing that I didn't realize was I've been paying for Elementary. I started watching Elementary on my trip when I was in Denmark.
Yeah.
Came back and I was like, I really want to watch that show again. I want a good like lighthearted murder mystery show. This is Johnny Lee Miller as Sherlock Holmes and Lucy Liu as Watson. And I'm like, it's a silly, fun show. You couldn't find it on Netflix. It's not available on Prime. I'm like, I'll just buy the season. And then today I was talking about it on Internet Explorers, and DJ Kento was like, you know that's on Hulu, right? I'm like, I spent so much money on this. I just bought season 3, and they're $30 a season.
Support
I'm like,
the
I
show,
spent
man.
$90. Well, I mean, I have
Yeah,
Hulu.
they're expensive,
Might as well just
yeah.
watch it on Hulu.
Yeah, that's true.
Why
Yeah,
not?
that'll
But
do
I don't
it.
mind giving them some money. But
I caught
that's a
up
fun
on
one.
Deadly Class while I was away.
Oh, how was that?
Dude, Deadly Class is great.
Yeah?
That is really, it's not only is it, I think, just great, period, stop. It's such a great adaptation of the comic in taking, obviously, very characters from the comics, giving them very similar things, but changing things about them.
Mm-hmm.
The episodes, there's definitely things that happen in the comics that happen in the show, but they aren't tied to that. It's a more real, if that makes sense, version than the comic was. And it's
nice.
just really, really great. I really enjoying it.
That one always makes me think. I know The Boys is coming out, and I
Yeah,
want
The Boys gonna be great. But like that's the thing
about.
about. Or I hope The Boys will be great. Jack Quaid, what up? But this one, the cast is so good, and I did a tweet where I was complimenting everybody on it of how good they are. And Benedict Wong is the
Oh, yeah.
the school professor. He has a great thing with Henry Rollins in episode 3. Like,
Hell
it was
yeah,
like,
Henry
it was
Rollins.
fucking really good. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
I talked about this on Screencast, but just bring it up again. Blind Spotting. What a damn movie.
What is
Amazon
yeah? This
Prime,
is
right?
Janina was always talking
is
about this.
one of the main characters in
Okay,
it.
well, no wonder she was talking about it.
It's so fucking fantastic. Have you seen it?
Promoting
yet?
your film.
No.
You gotta
Burt
watch it.
Meg.
Barrett's been trying to get me to watch it forever. I've been wanting to, but he finally just gave me the Blu-ray. He's like, just fucking watch it this week. Me and Gia watched it. I cannot believe how damn
Oakland,
good it
right?
is.
It's set in Oakland.
It's Oakland. It's about gentrification in Oakland, but it's like, and I feel like it's the 10th movie this year to deal with that. But I think it does it better than any of the other ones. It feels extremely authentic.
Yeah, The Incredibles definitely didn't do it
Yeah, it
well.
just didn't. You know, the raccoon scene was great, but
Yeah.
otherwise it was like that's weird. It's really the story of two best friends, one black, one white, both of them having grown up in Oakland, and just the way that their lives are different. And it's kind of like a story about being true to yourself and being true to the area you grow up in as it changes. But they're just like, I don't want to give it too much
Yeah,
away.
don't
It's
tell me
definitely
anything.
one of those like just watch it, because I feel like it took about 30 minutes where I was just like, I don't know, this seems a little too on the nose and simple. By the end of it, it all built so beautifully where I was like, oh my God, it played with my expectations every step of the way. And at the end of it, I'm like, this was a beautifully told story. I think it is the best kind of analysis of race in 2019 that I've seen handled in any form of media. It's just fantastic, man. So good.
I watched 2 other movies over the weekend. One was Widows, starring Viola Davis, Michelle Rodriguez reprising her role as Letty.
And from the writer Gillian Flynn, right?
Gillian Flynn wrote it, and
Gone
Steve McQueen directed it, who did 12 Years a Slave, and I forget the other movie he did, which was the only saving grace of this film, because the film it's a crime film. If you're not familiar with the concept, is Viola Davis is married to Liam Neeson. He and his crew die, and they stole money from a gangster, and he comes at them and says, "You owe me this money now." And so she gets the wives together of the crew, and they go do the last job that the guys are going to do to pay back the gangster, which sounds like a very simple plot, but it's very stylized and very well directed. Not very well written, unfortunately. So it's kind of a lot of, but like what it lacks in sort of logic, it makes up for in style and great acting, because it's Viola Davis. She's fucking amazing. And it's got Colin Farrell's in it. It's great cast. Watch that. I was like, cool. I wanted a little palate cleanser for this, because this is a little bit like, this is not exactly what I was looking for. Finally sat down and watched First Man. Holy fuck, what a great movie.
Yay! I want to
Dude.
see it, but I haven't seen it.
I'm like, I can't believe how well made this movie is. It's the soundtrack, phenomenal.
What's First Man?
First Man is the Damien Chazelle, the guy that did La La Land.
Yeah.
His follow-up movie was a movie about Neil Armstrong. And Ryan Gosling plays Neil Armstrong in it. It's basically about the race.
Never even heard of it.
I've heard it's shot incredible.
It is.
Incredibly.
It's obviously the plot is exactly what you'd think. It is just about
He's going to the moon.
the time between him getting picked for the program and all the way up throughout the 60s, where he finally goes and lands on the moon and does one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. But the movie, the way it's shot, is one of the best shot movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's all shot primarily from his perspective, meaning every time he does anything, you're in the cockpit with him. You're never outside the ship, very seldom. Most of the time, you're just feeling what it feels like to be in that fucking tin can being hurled into space. Very, very nuanced performances by Ryan Gosling and I want to say Claire Foy is her name, who was girl with the dragon tattoo. She's also in the Queen. She plays his wife, and it's just this fucking really, really, really subtle, beautiful movie about what it would have been like to be this guy who is a scientist and like is picked for this thing and what's at stake and people die. I don't know if you know a lot about the missions preceding the I want to say the Apollo 11 mission that actually finally landed on the moon.
That's correct.
But they lost a bunch of astronauts and
The fire.
And a lot of people in the United States were like, why are we spending all this fucking money to go to space? Like, this is just basically like a pissing contest we're having with the Russians. And then it's just really, really fucking well done. And the music is gorgeous. I've been
meaning to see it. I just haven't gotten to it.
It's it's a slow burn. And again, you're not going to get a lot of, it's not plot heavy. It's more just you're experiencing what it would have been like to go through this process with this guy.
But that's such a big part
of the family
of it, right?
and the toll it takes. And there's a gut wrenching scene that actually happened in real life. I'm gonna spoil a little bit for you, but
Sure, go for it.
where he's finally leaving for the mission, and he's packing and doing all these things, and his wife walks in and goes, "You got to sit the kids down. You have to sit the boys down, and tell them that you might not be coming back." She goes, "I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, you have to do it." And it's just this unbelievable scene with these great child actors where he has to sit down, and the oldest kid's like, you might not come back, right? And he just goes, "Yeah." And it's just fucking like, oh my God, like what you just feel the intensity of what it must be like to be the fucking guy, the first guy that's gonna try to land on the fucking moon. And then when he finally does it, like the cinematography is so beautifully done there because it goes from like this nuanced thing to finally it opens up. Oh, it's so fucking well done. So well done.
That's awesome. I mean, that's what I want out of that. You talk about being
God.
smaller, but like that's the thing of space travel in general, right? Is the experience of it. Like last night, and this is morbid, but I was sitting in the plane, right, looking out the window in between watching a million things or reading comics or whatever. And you look down at the Earth and the cities below you and all that stuff. And I think we've talked about this show before, but like when I didn't have the revelation, but when I found out, like today I learned or whatever, like that the Challenger crew didn't die when it exploded.
Yeah.
Like that.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I didn't. I thought I
We talked about it on a party mode one time.
Oh, is that where I did? I knew I talked about something to bring you up to speed if you didn't. So the Challenger, obviously, famous disaster, obviously for NASA of it exploding back in the 80s when it took off. But I learned it through Reddit. I think actually, literally today I learned. But it was that it's something they kept super hush hush and didn't like publicize, and like there was like people fudging records and shit to try to make it not look like this. But apparently, yeah, when it explodes in two. What proof they have is that they didn't die when it exploded.
Oh no!
What killed them was free falling back to Earth for 2.5 minutes, because there's apparently like when they finally got there and found everything and recovered it, there were that like the emergency oxygen tanks had been pulled and like somebody had it on and some people did, like it was clear that like for 2.5 minutes they were like probably panicking as they free fell back to Earth going, whoever, mission control, can you read, blah, blah, blah.
Have you seen the video of it?
Of what?
Mission control during this?
No.
I was recently on Reddit I saw, and it was like, watch the crew, like they're horrified, but like how calm they are during all of it. And they're like, they see it happen. And they're just like, oh shit. And they're just like looking at each other and communicating. And it's just like, horrifying.
Rather than screaming and throwing and like trying to keep it on top.
They're trying to stay.
And you see moments like that, and it's so fucking visceral in First Man because you're just in the cockpit with him the entire time, and they just let it play. Like shit goes wrong. Obviously, I don't want to spoil too much because I've already spoiled way too much. But the shit goes wrong with some of the things that they have to do, and you see the process they have to go through. And these guys are like fucking consummate professionals. They're not freaking out, but there's moments where it's so subtle because they're like. You see it in their eyes, like we're gonna fucking die. We're dead. Yeah, like this is not happening. But they're flipping switches and trying to figure out how to get out of fucking rolls and shit. It's so intense. And the sound design and again the music is just like hauntingly beautiful.
Does it do that Interstellar thing where the sounds way too loud?
No,
I love that.
No, yes, the sound effects are good. It does steal a couple fun things from Interstellar that I don't want to Well, yeah, mostly Jessica Chastain just pops in and out of a wormhole. She's like, I'm here. Let's go to Saturn.
She's her interstellar character.
She got the Infinity Gauntlet.
I can't remember what her name was. We'll just call her Interstellar. No, I really liked that.
I just yelled Murph. Yeah.
And, I just thought it's a good point. But no, it just kudos to Damien Chazelle. I mean, this is a guy that made Whiplash and then decided a different film, La La Land, and then follows that up. By the way, won I think Academy Awards for
I
both
didn't even
those.
know he did. That's nuts.
And he followed that up with this, and it's totally different than any of the other movies he's done.
Whiplash was
Totally
filmed
different
in 18 days. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard that. The
fucking
interview
crazy.
with J.K. Simmons on
Yeah.
Levitard. But what's more impressive about this is they somehow the entire movie with the exception of a few scenes that are key, feels like old home movies, and it doesn't do it in a way that is annoying or obnoxious. Everything's handheld, but not in a way that's.
But they're not doing like the little things running by on the side and like the film.
But
blip.
they do. It feels like you're watching Neil Armstrong's old. The whole thing feels like you're watching Neil Armstrong's home movies. And even just the font that they use, we're at NASA Labs, and at the time has that '60s like font overlay feel. I think it was shot on film, if I'm not mistaken. I tried to look it up, but I didn't spend too long looking. Couldn't find it. But I'm pretty
Been
sure
right
it's
to Pornhub.
I'm pretty sure it's shot on 35 millimeter because it just looks unbelievably great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. But I can't even imagine the other balls on people. Like to go into space in general, let alone to be the first fucking people to really do it.
You know, I'm fucking claustrophobic, and there's scenes in this movie that freak me the fuck out. Like the first time they try to break the atmosphere, because I forgot, but I didn't know that Neil Armstrong had done multiple flights. He was one of the first people to like
The Geminis.
he had done Gemini, and that was important because he had done he was the first guy to try and dock with another ship in space. So they shot up, and then they disengage the ships. He flips around and tries to get it again, so that they can basically like dock with the lunar lander, and then that was like thing. But that whole scene, they get in, they're fucking on their backs, like pointed upward, and then they just have to basically like screw them in to the thing, and then they have to lock the thing. They're fucking locked in.
Oh yeah.
So like it's horrifying. I'm
Well,
like,
that's what
if something
killed
goes
the
wrong,
guys, right? In
that's
the fire.
And the fire
training.
is that they
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
get out.
Yeah, there was
And
no
then
way on the inside to open up.
And they
up to
were
the outside.
they had sat on the tarmac for not long tarmac, but in the thing for so long that the thing was highly oxygenated, and then it was just that scene's horrifying. It's horrifying because I'm like they just couldn't get out, and then they. I'll spoil. I mean, I don't want to keep spoiling everything.
With all due respect to everybody, you're spoiling history.
No, but the way,
from the Earth to the moon is how I know all this stuff.
The
What
way
up, Tom
they
Hanks?
shoot it is like the fire breaks out because of faulty wiring.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get out, and then it just cuts to the outside where you can't really hear anything, and you just
see
go, and that's it. It just blows up basically, but it's so pressurized that it just blows up inside.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they're done.
Yeah.
And it's horrifying. Like if I saw that, and then that's the point where like you just see the mental toll that it took on these guys.
Yeah.
Because like Kyle Chandler's in it too. He plays the head of NASA, the head of the program, and they just get in these unbelievable like really like moral arguments of like what the fuck are we doing? Like what is the toll that this is taking on people, and is it worth it? It's really cool. I mean, none of it's beat you over the head with it, and then it's great cast, phenomenal. The guy who plays Buzz Aldrin is the guy that was the a bad guy in Ant-Man.
Oh, okay.
He's fucking
yeah.
phenomenal.
Aldrich
Peter
killing?
Cross from
that's his name.
from House Cards.
House of Cards.
Yeah.
He's fucking great.
But yeah,
Great
that's the thing
cast.
of like, when I was back to the Challenger and the space and all that stuff of last night, I'm just like, imagine being sucked outside of the plane or whatever, right, and falling.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you're just like tumbling through the air, right, and going and like what that'd be like to fall that far and like to have that long to think about it, and even for us in planes right now,
Hopefully
to sit there and think like, I'm less than a foot away from the outside.
Yeah, my hope is that I'd pass out first.
Yeah, well, yeah, totally.
That'd be the host.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
I,
always the thing you think about in these disasters. The plane blows up, like, kill me right there.
Let me
Don't
go
let me be
first.
fucking falling in the end part of the
I
thing.
always think of there's this sort of like crash simulation stuff on Reddit where there's a plane being controlled by a drone, right? Like
Sure.
people are just remotely controlling it, and they're trying to do an emergency landing in the desert. And as it lands, everything looks totally fine, and then it just catches something, and like the front third of it just breaks in half and flies over. So that's why whenever I'm in the back of the plane, I'm like, all right, if that happens, I'm in the back, so I should be good. But I'm just like, I'm always paranoid.
Well,
and
in the back
anxious
of the plane,
about
I
shit
think
like
about
that.
when it crashed at SFO landing, right? And like, poof, and like the international one came in too much of an angle or whatever and popped its tail off. People died not because of the impact. They got run over by a fire truck. Ouch. But like that was things like it was just like even if you lost and everything else, you're fucked anyway. You know what I mean? You're fucked anyway.
Yeah.
Don't crash.
I just think about because Oh, I've heard that like when people are about to drown or they feel like whatever, that moment your brain goes into panic because it's trying to survive, and it's like survival instincts pop in, and it knows that like you're about to die. I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to make sure you don't die. And I just like I just get so scared of that, like in free fall. What's gonna happen?
What's in your mind? What's your thinking?
What does
Give me
your
the
brain
free fall,
do?
man.
Huh?
Might as well.
Free fall?
Yeah. Give me
That'd
some
be-
fun from going out.
That'd be the worst way to die. I mean, I would not want to do that.
You
just-
skydove too.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
But you thought it was exhilarating.
I can't
right?
believe
No,
you
that was
did
exciting
skydiving.
because I knew I was gonna die. If I was like, I'm just gonna have to hit this ground, you'd probably pass out of fear beforehand.
You'd hope so. Yeah, who knows? Though.
I would hope so. 'cause
I'm
if
so
you're,
shocked
if you're
that
just
you
awake
agreed to
that
that.
whole time.
That is honestly one of the biggest, like, what the fuck moments of my entire existence is the fact that Nick Scarpino jumped out of a plane.
That was fun.
We
Why
went
would you wait? Why do you say that?
Because we went to IHOP and you were scared that we were going to keep asking that girl's questions for the KFF episode.
Yeah. No, that's different for me though. That is, I never want people to think we're making fun of them. I always want
Sure.
people to. The joke needs to all be about us. But I'm very adventurous. A lot of people call me the rock of the internet.
Wait, you never want people to think you're making fun of them.
Well, I don't.
Kevin
I
asking
don't,
this.
I don't like. Well, I meant real people, Kevin.
Alright.
People that I respect, like the IHOP
Like
workers.
the IHOP, baby.
We love you,
One day
Kevin.
Kevin's just gonna bring a gun in, and the jury's gonna go like this. Yeah,
We had it coming. We had it
We've
coming.
watched all 1,000 hours of him
We
making
watched
fun of you.
Kebab's funniest clip montage from January 4th. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
Why don't I tell you about our sponsors,
do it,
ladies
man.
and gentlemen? This episode of the Kinda Funny podcast is brought to you by Robinhood. Robinhood is an investing app that lets you buy and sell stocks, ETFs, options, and cryptos, all commission free. It's weird because it's ETF and then the S at the end of it.
Yeah, but before you would think apostrophe. No, it's not. It's
Yeah, no, they want it.
pluralized
They want it
ETFs.
pluralized of it. And
Yeah.
I get that. While other brokerages charge you up to $10 for every trade, Robinhood doesn't charge any commission fees, so you can trade stocks and keep all of your profits. Plus, there is no account minimum deposit needed to get started, so you can start investing at any level. The simple, intuitive design of Robinhood makes investing easy for newcomers and experts alike. Kevin Coelho uses it. Isn't that right, Kevin?
It's true.
What do you think of it?
It's great.
Why?
My favorite thing is the transferring the money.
Okay. How so?
With other apps, it can take up to 10 days.
Oh, okay.
With this bad boy, immediate.
All right, very good. With Robinhood, you can learn how to invest in the market as you build your portfolio. Discover new stocks, track your favorite companies, and get custom notifications for price movements so you never miss the right moment to invest. Robinhood is giving the listeners of the Kinda Funny podcast a free stock like Apple, Ford, or Sprint to help you build your portfolio. Sign up at greggy.robinhood.com. That is greggy.robinhood.com. Robinhood, a better way to invest. That's not their thing. That's not their slogan. I'm going to
That's
say
the
it.
money.
Robinhood, a ticket to a better night's sleep.
Robinhood, Tim Gettys sucks.
Robinhood, Tim Gettys sucks.
Stogie!
I have a little surprise that was mailed to us today. I'm really excited about this, Kevin. You might want to get in on this.
Is it Kevin? I don't know. And he's got mail with Nick Scarpino. Hey!
Can you give me a paper towel? Yeah, thank you.
So my brother
Thanks, Cool
texts me the other day and asks, "What's your address?" Because Twang is gonna send you some stuff.
Hey!
So my brother,
your brother control Twang?
my brother leveraging my small amount of internet following, said, I guess Twang on their Instagram was like, "Hey, who
Does
should-"
anyone know Andy Cortez?
No, they're like, "Who should we send stuff? Like, what's your favorite flavor? Reply and we'll send you whatever, you know."
Yeah.
And my brother was like, "You should send something to my brother. He talks about you all the time on his shows or whatever."
And it's true.
And
If somebody doesn't know
and,
what Twang, what's Twang?
Twang is like a lemony salt or a pickly salt or a spicy salt that you use to put on.
Anything.
Like my mouth's watering already.
My
Kevin.
favorite is when you introduced it when you moved here and introduced us to Twang, was putting it into hot Cheetos.
So here's some Twangarita for margaritas.
margaritas.
Lime rimming salt.
Yeah.
And chili lime rimming salt.
Rimming salt
Those are really
sounds
cool
fun.
bags. I've never seen those before. And these are sort of oh my god, look at this.
Whoa.
Hatch chili by Twang. And these are what I'm used to. These bottles. Like
Oh,
that's-
your beer salt.
So that's a lime right there, the beer salt. But that's the beer salt that we put in hot Cheetos or whatever. Lemon lime right there. Ooh, this is a blue one. I'm not sure what this
So
one
wait,
is.
they don't. Last time you were on, they had like this, but they were smaller. That's not
yeah, those
normally
are the
what
ones
you
I
see
remember.
They come in different.
It's a Clamato?
This is a chili lime.
for Clamato.
Now there are times that I saw you just
Clamato
put
or
this
whatever.
in your palm and lick it.
Oh, yeah. I do that all the time, dude.
Going on.
action.
Fruity, tropical, sweet mango chili. That sounds delicious right there. Hot lime. This is a real good one.
lime.
Spicy.
That sounds good.
Anybody want to try this?
Sure.
one?
Yeah.
All right, huh?
Well, it's been in your mouth now.
No, it's the packaging, dude.
Get in there, Greg.
I mean, I'll try a little
You gotta
bit.
lick your hand first, though. All right.
No, you don't.
Thank you.
Woo!
All right, that's good.
And him coming over.
Oh yeah.
First
That
it's
hit you.
hot,
Yeah.
and then it's lime.
That hit you right in the back of the tonsils.
Oh, I like it a lot. Mm-hmm. Shake it on his wet mug.
He wants you to put it on the precariously balance it on the edge of his.
Balance these small kernels, these small grains of sand.
God, salt's so good.
Mango chili, salty, sweet. Man, that sounds tasty right there. What else we got in the bag?
Whoa!
Pickle. Oh, the pickle salt, sriracha,
Sriracha
and all
salt.
these packets.
Twangers,
They said it
lime
couldn't be
salt
done.
snack topping. Sprinkle on fruit, veggies, chips, popcorn, etc.
Yeah, so these packages back in the day, so from, there's a city called Reynosa, which is like in
Reynosa.
Mexico, and we would always cross the border to go like shop in Reynosa. We'd like, whatever, get food and snacks and all sorts of shit. Remember, you know, like Sabritones and like that brand of chips? Sabritones? You never heard of
not
this?
Sorry, but I can't help you on that one.
Really,
I mean,
it's
I
like
know
it's like
Sabrosa.
it looks like a pork rind, but it's a
rinds.
wheat snack with like lemon
I don't
and
know
chili. Fuck, really?
I know
Anyway,
Sabrosas.
so Frito-Lay bought them, and then now they're in America. See these? You ever seen these?
No.
I haven't
I've
seen
seen
these.
these.
Okay,
I've seen
so
these.
back in the day, they weren't available in America. They were only in Mexico, and then Frito-Lay ended up buying them. But we would always go buy them in Mexico, bring them back, and we'd be like, "Yeah, we have Sabritones." Like it was like the coolest thing in the
You
world.
guys just developed some sort of black market trade of
kind of,
Sabritones.
yeah. We'd eat them at school and like show off to kids or whatever.
You were like the kids that always brought in the watermelon chili pops.
Yeah.
And we tried to
Oh,
summon
yeah.
it. I was like, I don't like these. I'm
So
not
back
buying
in the
them.
day, there was a brand called
gross.
Limon 7, and Limon 7 made these packets.
That sounds like a really good
they were
shitty
like-
rock band that they'd hired to do the Super Bowl.
like Menudo. So they were plastic packets, and we would just eat the packets.
You just eat them, just
We
like
would just eat the whole packet, and then like eventually you'd bite into it, and the salt would slowly come out, and you would just keep chewing it or whatever.
oh shit! You put the packet in your mouth.
Yes, in your mouth.
put the packet
Now
in
these are
your mouth.
You
paper.
put the packet in his mouth.
These are like paper packets, right?
Okay.
So like these won't probably work, but the other ones were like a very thin plastic. So you would just chew on them all the time, and you'd eventually poke holes. And this,
Wow.
it was great. Oh, it was
So
so
wait,
great.
hold on. Let's get this clear.
Yeah.
Twang is the company. Then what's Twangers with the Z?
It's like this. I don't know.
It's their small bottle.
Yeah, it's like these little guys right here. I mean, this is called Twangers as well.
So Twangers is like a product underneath the brand overall.
I'd say so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'd say so.
You figure,
But I've never seen
if I
these.
may, twang is kind of funny. Twangers is Internet Explorers.
Yeah.
Yes,
with the Z.
exactly.
Yeah.
I get it. That makes sense.
What is kind of funny games?
Can we also just like go back to this because I can't just let this slide by?
What happened?
What was the 7 that you said?
Limon 7.
The Limon 7.
Lemonade, lemonade,
Nick immediately
lemonade.
somehow jumps to Maroon 5. Like that was his favorite reference there.
I didn't see that one.
I don't like that you don't respond to my Maroon 5 tweets, Andy.
I saw that.
You
I saw
son of
that.
a bitch.
Anybody want this? Chili lime salt?
Yeah, I'll try some.
Turn that
Oh, I don't like chili. Give me the other
I
one.
think it's about the same. No,
Is it about
it's
the same?
pretty much the same thing.
This is hot as fuck. Is it hot?
What's good? None of it's that hot. It's all good.
Yeah.
I have an IPA. I feel like I shouldn't add my lemon.
No,
lime.
that's what IPA.
I know.
Where's the pickle? Oh, the pickle one. You
The
all
pickles
tried-
are favorite.
You all tried the pickle one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we had.
Pickles
You
that
bought a lot of these, right?
Was the
Yeah.
original one for us, right? You said, oh, you gotta try this pickle juice.
No, we
one.
had the lemon lime was the original,
Okay.
the OG one. But the pickle one,
Good.
I want to try the Sriracha one.
the pickle one just hits you. Get in there, dog.
in there.
The
dude.
pickle
in
gonna
there.
hit you.
Pickle gonna hit you.
Pickle is gonna get you.
That's a better one. Thanks, Greg.
There we go.
These are
Oh yeah,
Oh,
so
you
good.
did? What?
It's so good, pickle man.
I don't like
Oh, this is pure.
And the best part about salt is it's healthy.
It's so good.
Your body
It
needs
is
it.
hella good though.
It's delicious.
the lime one's so good.
Dude, shout out to your brother, man.
Yeah.
This was a hookup.
Yeah, they hooked it the hell up. I'm really happy about that.
Your brother's a good guy. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy his company when we go to the Austin, Texas.
I don't know why this one's called Clamato. I have no idea.
Well, it's
named
because
after my friend.
It's because they.
Giancarlo Clamato.
It's because it's perfect for machelada, chelada, red beer, Bloody Marys, y mas.
Clamato's like clam, right? Clam tomato.
Yeah,
That's
clam and
Clamato.
tomato juice is clamato.
Let me try some of that bad boy.
How's that one?
You want to try some
I
of
don't
that
know
one?
yet.
Sriracha.
I mean, I don't. It's just chili lime.
Oh,
it's not
God,
Clamato?
yeah.
Clamato
smells
twang,
like-
chili lime salt.
Ooh, that smells strong.
I don't think it's got any.
You think it's
taste.
for a Clamato juice of some
Exactly.
sort?
Sriracha,
Anything
don't
else?
you, big cab dog? I know
A
you do.
tomato-based drink they want you to twang it up with.
Oh man, this is just seasoning. This isn't even.
Is that for cooking or is that for?
Yeah, this is like. Yeah, this is actually just
whoa.
seasoning.
This is a lot more than I expected.
Well, how is it? Is it salty at all, or is it sour?
No, I mean it's sriracha.
It's sriracha,
There's
dude.
very little salt in it.
It's a physical sriracha. That's not what I meant to say.
Ooh,
Oh no, it does
It's
have
a,
a clam taste.
What's not
Yeah, it's
liquid?
clammy as fuck.
It's a solid.
It's a solid.
It is.
Sriracha.
Wow. A
Plasma.
Yeah,
It's a
shit.
plasma.
That's really true.
Woo!
Hot lime's got my vote though so far.
I'm gonna tell you this. I think we've talked about this before, but Trader Joe's sells a seasoning called Everything But the Bagel.
Oh
And it's basically the seasoning you put on everything bagel, like garlic, salt,
Yeah.
pepper, all that stuff, but minus the bagel. Sometimes I just pour it in my hand and eat it. It's disgusting, but I do it.
I mean, hey, look at us right now.
That's what
We're
I do,
just
man.
Trading salt.
Yeah, we gotta stop the salt business.
This
at
is
some
fucking
point.
amazing, though.
So
It's
fucking
great.
I want to mix them all together. You know?
No,
Do you
want to
take these home?
It's
Do you-
times like this that I go,
wanna
I
take these
hope
home?
Sure, yeah, if I
my
can cook
Troy
them, yeah.
and Nolan have clean palms
Wow.
because I did not wash my hand before this, and I've been licking my
Chili
hand.
That's why I do the outside of my hand.
I
'Cause I'm not touching-
realized the error of my way now, Kev. I make fun of you, and you were smarter. You did the right thing. You were
Wow.
Try it on
Chili
fruits,
lime
veggies,
was
and meats.
so
Yeah, I'm
good.
totally gonna use these. I will post my results on Cooking with Greg
Ooh,
hashtag.
I'm happy with this, man.
lime
That
is great.
sriracha was powerful.
Wow.
Very powerful.
Now we just need bags of hot Cheetos, Kev,
Right?
and we'll be set.
Do we not have hot Cheetos no more?
No, not right now.
Okay.
It's got pop chips. So many
We do have a lot of
chips.
pop chips. Yeah, they sent us. There was no note with the 30 boxes of pop chips that got
No.
delivered in my absence.
No.
Oh, pop socket!
Whoa! big get for you, man.
Talked about the pop socket.
So stoked about the fucking pop.
Mucho fun for your tongue. Ooh.
Man,
Like I
that's
did
a
there? Like I
I'm
did there?
jealous of that tagline. Mucho fun for
Throw
your
away that
tongue.
Meg Turney one.
Sorry,
she doesn't
Meg.
need you anymore.
Yeah,
you know
Meg,
what I mean?
we've invited
Maybe
her
I'll
back
go
multiple
double like
times. She won't
Kev.
come back.
Double it up, dude.
know
Double
if
the
we've ever
pleasure,
invited
double
her
the
back.
We
fun.
should invite her back then. She was really great on the
She was
show.
great in the shows. Yeah.
I want to tell you a story, Greg Miller.
Finally.
Oh my
You
god.
missed out
I know.
on a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yes.
Which was Jackie Hollywood's first
Yes.
performance ever. First ever live performance.
Yep.
She did cookies. It was amazing.
So to rewind, if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen,
I gotta pee.
Jackie Hollywood is a sensation. Jackie Hollywood went to school with Tim back in the day.
yeah.
Tim held out on us forever that
San
he knew
Francisco
her.
native, Jackie Hollywood.
She has a song called Cookies.
Yes.
It's an amazing music video. I urge you to pause this. If you're driving your car, I urge you to pull over into the middle of the road.
Into the median.
Go to youtube.com search
call-
for Jackie Hollywood,
Cookies.
Jackie. The
Yeah.
song is Cookies. Watch the video, leave some comments, let them know that Kind of Funny
Funny
sent
best friend
you.
love.
Because Kind of Funny, as a whole, is Jackie Hollywood's #1 fan.
100%. When this finally broke here, and then you revealed you knew her, and all this, we were like, "What the fuck?" Because we just love the song so much. And so then it just became a thing. And then finally at Extra Life, no, at the first Kind of Funny Day stream, we revealed this to the world that we like the song. That then it was that if we hit the oration goal, we try to get her to do the song. She agreed. I still need to email her, but we DM all the time, so we understand we're communicating.
We're communicating
But I'm
with
on the road a lot.
Miss Hollywood.
Meanwhile, though, yeah, Jackie Hollywood, who again has many tattoos probably, but 2 tattoos on her ankles or wrists. I forget what.
On the back of her legs, one's slice of pizza and
Yeah.
one is Hidden Valley Ranch.
And did you see this new video she just put out? She put out an original
Which
video.
is essentially sponsored by Hidden Valley.
Is that
Living her
true?
life, right?
It was her she had a ranch fountain dunking pizza into it.
That's cool.
You want to talk about this woman being on our fucking wavelength?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah. So she hit me up like, "Hey, are you out of town again?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm out of town again." But she was like, "Hey, I'm doing a performance." So she did Cookies for the first time.
Wait, sorry.
So this is the song Cookies.
Why is Cookies playing with?
Dude, she dips the cookies in your mouth.
I've only seen it with the sound down because I was hanging out with other people, so I don't know. Maybe
want me to-
she doesn't talk. Maybe it's I dip my pizza in the ranch. Did
Yeah,
you know
do
that?
you want me to
Actually,
show
fucking
it?
play it.
It's
If
the
it
remix.
Yeah.
does it say that?
No,
I
it's
don't know.
just
I'm
Cookies.
excited.
It's just Cookies.
Is it just the beat to
She
Cookies?
just used instrumental maybe.
Oh yeah, it's just the instrumental. Okay.
What pizza place?
And
is
that was
this?
my Pizza Express. Where is that? Because it looks good, Andy. Look at that pizza.
That looks
Do
great.
you know Pizza Express, Tim?
No.
Kevin, click on everybody. Follow Jackie Hollywood. Look at her, just fucking going all in. This woman
awesome.
gets it. But there's no hashtag ad, so I'm not sure if it actually
It's
is.
not an ad. I'm 99%
Then
sure.
she gets it even more like Oratoration. That's why I want her to do the song. Click on the Pizza Express though, Kevin. I want to know where that takes me.
Pizza Express is located in Bernal Heights.
Bernal Heights. It looks good pizza.
There's a really good pizza place I got recently, Greg. Let me tell you about it. Hold on. Because I'm going to forget, and I know that you know that I hate when we forget each other, telling each other about good pizzas. Because we've forgotten before. You showed me a pizza one time, and I was like, hey, fuck you. Where's that from? And you never responded. I don't know which one it was.
It doesn't sound like
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Donairo's?
It's Domino's.
Donario?
That would have been hilarious.
Zario's?
That was good.
Donarios. Don't you say it right? What street's it on?
I just Uber Eated it. I Uber ate it.
Yeah. Was it great?
Like so much better than I
that
would have thought it would have been.
abomination?
Okay.
Like I'd actually super recommend it.
You would super recommend it.
Super
Okay.
recommend it. Yeah.
Okay.
Our night ended at Nazario's Pizza.
How was
But
Nazario's?
to get,
Yeah, no, I don't want to. Don't jump to the end.
We're rewinding.
Jackie
We're rewinding back.
Hollywood.
Jackie Hollywood, national sensation. We're gonna help her get there. Kind of funny. Her #1 biggest fans. She announces she's doing her first ever live performance, and we're like, we gotta fucking be there.
Yeah.
But Greg Miller out of town. Bummer #1. Joey
man, I gotta
Noel,
go out there and represent
out of town.
California.
Bummer #2. Kevin Coelho, sick as a
fuck.
dog.
Oh, damn it. I hope you're going to say
Bummer
Kevin
number
Coelho in trouble with his mom. Bad grades couldn't come out.
It was that too.
I think I say
It was the whole
Kevin.
thing.
Kevin, 2 cars.
So that left the rest of Kind of Funny, which included me and Andy and Nick and Barrett and Cool Greg, right?
Yeah.
So
Nick went?
let's check out what happened.
No, Nick
did not go.
Now, again, unlike the party that we had here, where I told Kevin unequivocally I was 100% coming and then didn't go, you guys asked me, hey, what are the chances of you showing up to this thing at midnight on a Saturday night? I said 20%.
So that's fair.
On the
high.
walkout, Barrett was like, Nick, well, I'll see you tonight. And you were like, oh, no, God, no.
By that
Totally
point, I
fair.
had been like, that's not going to happen.
So it was Saturday. It was her first ever performance. We knew this was going to happen. It was also Barrett's birthday.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to throw my like, what was it, 17th birthday?
Fuck you, Tim.
How old are you
this
now?
thing.
I'm 24.
God, fuck you.
And so I'm
I
like,
just
cool,
started
let's do
figuring
this.
out how the bathroom works.
And then we find out that she's
pee-pee.
performing after midnight, which is already like, fuck
Fuck
this,
my life.
Right?
But we haven't
'Cause
even
we're
gotten to
old.
the performance where we had to change venues like twice.
So
What?
we get there at 7 p.m., right? Because Barrett's like, oh, we're all going to have a bunch of friends and stuff.
Where was
A whole
it?
bunch of friends. Abbey Tavern.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Over on Clement.
It's just a bar on Geary.
Geary and Fifth. And I
And-
wanted people to like hang out. in
Abbey
case-
Tavern over on Clement Geary and Fifth.
Yeah.
I wanted people to hang out in case they didn't want to like stay for Jackie Hollywood, just to give them a couple hours to just hang out and drink.
We all had
Maybe
a
they
great
hate good
time.
music. Yeah, I understand.
Andy was there, right?
Yeah.
We were all having fun. Dornbush was there.
It was fucking
Yusuf was
pouring.
there. Pouring rain.
I thought you said it was
Like-
boring.
No.
It did sound like
what a deep cut on Dorney.
And for a guy that smart, what a fucking snooze fest.
D&D this, podcast beyond that.
Kingdom Hearts this. I don't know. That's
It was
That's
great.
right.
We're all hanging out, but at some point we're like, all right, we saw the DJ walk in. The DJ walks in wearing what looks like Kevin's party jacket. And
Oh.
I'm like, this is a bad
The
time.
show is starting at 10. We know Jackie isn't going on until midnight.
Till midnight.
So we knew we didn't really want to hang out for 2 hours.
Listening
with
to
very
loud fucking music, right?
Sure.
So we all bounce. We're like,
Saints
we're
going.
going to relocate. We go to this other bar called Ireland's. Me and Barry are like, this is the plan.
Clement
This will be
Street.
Grace. Huh?
Just joking, right?
Still on Geary. Geary and Fourth. We walk down. We get there. Live rock band. And we're like, fuck this. We're just trying
Wait,
to
a
get
live
away.
rock band or live rock band? Like play with a
No, like
clicking
a
clacks?
live, like
Like a
Irish
live-
punk band.
Yeah.
or
Oh, fuck you
something.
guys.
Now, see,
Come
it's
on.
moments
We're
like
like-
this that I would have suggested let's go to All Star Donuts and just hang out there or drink chocolate milk and eat donuts.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to find a place that's like not super fucking loud music. Like we're just trying to chill and talk like the adults that
But
we're.
also,
He's
we're
24
fucking
now.
wet. Like, it's so rainy
Yeah, you
outside.
are.
Impossibly wet.
Yeah.
We find this bar next door to this Ireland's place that I've never heard before. It's called 3910. Right? We walk in and it was a scene straight out of Tokyo Drift. Right? You go in, it had that same vibe. Everything felt like it was out of time.
Someone
Where it's
call
like,
you a Gaijin.
why are they playing Nelly in
Oh.
like 2003?
Oh.
Yeah,
Just like
they've
on
got like
repeat?
these the rooms where you can do karaoke in and all this stuff. They've got like an arcade section.
It looked
was
like
cool.
It looked like it had been 7 other things before it was a bar.
and it was very spacious. And like we came in, we were the biggest group.
It was huge. This place is like a giant ass building with like tables for everyone. We have our group of like what 15 or so. And
Maybe
we're like,
20.
Man, we need to come here more. This is awesome. There's so much quiet.
Oh, there's a butt
so
coming.
much room. Everything's fantastic. We hang out for a while. There is a butt. That butt, the police. The police fucking raid the place. And we're just like, what the fuck is going on?
So the police come. I'm hanging out with Cool Greg outside because we're being cool.
Oh my God, this is like worst case scenario now.
So like the police show up.
Cool.
Greg's
It's like no, but it's like they cut to Cool Greg and it's like Spider-Verse, Spider Sense, like purple blacks. And Cool Greg's like, I'm out.
It's like the kind of funny.
He was like, hey, I'm out. I'll meet. Like, text me where you're at later.
It was the kind of funny animated show where Cool Greg just apparates. He just gone.
Was it
but
when he
what's
apparated?
so funny is we're there.
Cool Greg
We're all hanging out and talking. Cops fucking raid the place, and like we're all not Cool Greg, so we don't really care.
Yeah.
When you say raid, is it like everyone on the ground? Blah, blah, blah.
I say raid as in it's two cops walk in,
No.
and we're all like, all right, there's cops. Just keep drinking
Were they
and
just
talking.
looking for
And then
someone?
2 more come in, and then 2 more. But over time, then eventually you look and there's like 10 cops.
You're like,
And
is it a
we're
cop bar?
We're like, what
Boston?
the fuck is going on? But you can tell that like there was some issues, and that the owners of the bar were trying to keep it cool, but they're just like, there's cops here. Like this is an issue.
So like everyone's okay. Someone's getting kind of handcuffed.
Everybody,
Everybody's
free
shoot out.
drinks.
Slowly, they're just like, hey, we need you to close out. We need you to close out. This is done. Everybody has to leave. And we're all like,
What was this place called? Sounds awesome.
3910.
I'm going.
So here's the thing.
Here
So
is the kicker. It's all of it.
they come in and they're like shutting down the bar because the bar was at capacity. They
So
were
when we
at
hear this,
maximum capacity.
We're like, are you fucking kidding me? The building was about as crowded as what you guys are seeing right now.
I can run laps in this place.
And the capacity, 39 people.
Huh.
And it's like the place called 3910. I'm like, so did they know? Like, was this, what the fuck is going on here?
I just assumed 3910 is the address, right?
It might have been.
Yeah.
I don't know. But who would have thought the capacity to this giant bar would be 39 people? Who the fuck called the cops on him?
Yeah, that's the other thing, though.
So many
Who's
questions here
narking on that?
Where I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like, all right, I guess we'll have to relocate. So we start walking to go to a different bar.
Old lady gave me a flower before all this.
That is true. Tell me
There was an
details
old
about
lady
that.
that gave Andy a
I
flower.
was sitting at the bar and I was like buying drink. I was buying a drink for Robin and I forgot her name because
say
she
Robin?
paid for my basketball game. I forgot her name.
Lindsay
She worked at
Jones.
IGN. Huh?
Kristen?
Maybe.
Still
yeah.
works at
Vanguard.
IGN?
I don't know. She used to. I guess.
Megan
Vanguard.
Sullivan.
Bandiar.
Anyway, so I'm at the bar and I'm like waiting for my drink or whatever, and then bartender walks up to me, but there's an old lady like kind of standing to
How
my
old?
right, like maybe mid 60s.
Gotcha. How are the teeth looking?
I didn't really see.
Really? Is it gray hair and like crazy?
Oh,
is-
like white hair. Yeah.
But
white
is she
hair.
like? Does she look crazy?
She
Like
looks,
I'm thinking like Mama Fratelli from Throw Mama from the Train. Is
You
that
know
what
what?
I'm
I'll
dealing
say
with?
57 years old.
Okay.
I'll say 57.
But how is her general kempness? Does she have it together, or does she
She's
look?
fucked up?
Thank you.
So I
Say
say
no more, fam.
So she's sitting there, and the bartender walks up to me, and I was like, "Oh, sorry, were you first? I don't because you've been standing here." And she was like,
She pulls a cat out of her bag.
and she's like, "Oh," she's like, no, I'm closing out." And I was like, "Oh, okay, fine." And she was like, "I forgot what the next line of fucking conversation happened, but
Andy
then
was 1 beer deep.
Oh my God.
yeah."
Jesus.
And then she's like, "Hi, what's your name?" I was like, "I'm Andy." And she was like, "Hi, I'm Julia." She like shakes her hand. I'm like, "Hey, nice to meet you." And then she keeps trying to talk to me. I was like, "Oh, fucking shit." I'm like walking away, like looking at Doorno and like, "Hey, did you what?" Like I'm just trying to like get away.
And then the fucking keyblades.
And
Can
then
you believe that Mickey found out he had rocket shoes?
and then I turn back
dork.
around and she's handing me a white flower because she had like a dozen of them. She's like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Thank you."
You're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do that?
And so I walk back and I'm gonna hand it to Robin. She's like, "Oh no, I saw how you got that flower," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to fuck the old lady, like, leave me alone or whatever." But it was really awkward, and I was just like super. Now I like. Can you imagine like what fucking women go through in these bars? Like I was creeped out by an old woman. Jesus Christ,
And that lady, Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah, dude.
No, I wish.
She got
I wish.
Scooby-Doo.
She's here for Princess Diaries 3.
Do you know, is this bar on 3rd and Gary-ish, like by the Burger
Yeah,
King?
it's right
Yes.
next to Burger
Okay,
King.
Right
so
next to Burger
another wrinkle in this story. Look it up on Yelp just now.
Yep.
Says big warning. Says this location's temporarily closed.
Yeah, so the
Closed
next
until March
day,
17th.
The next day after I was on Geary, like walking past it, and they already had one of
They
those
shut this
city
place down for
signs
narcotics.
That was like, this is shut down, and it was like, Jesus.
This shit goes deep, I'm sure. But like being a part of it was so funny because it was the slowest raid of all time, where none of us gave a fuck. But I was inside.
Do you think the cops are like, should we call a SWAT team? Nah, it's too rainy. How about this? Let's try a different route. Let's send 2-man groups in over the span of 3 hours to see if they notice.
Well, there's a cop station 2 blocks from this place
Yeah.
too, so it's just like I
just
can't
walked
imagine.
over.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get the cars out. It's raining.
It's like let's just
walk.
fucking deal
They
with
put
it.
the lights on their hats and like, woo, woo, woo.
So I'm looking around this place. I'm like, all right, we're trying to like get everyone together, galvanize to go to another place, and I realize Cool Greg's not there.
Yeah, of course not.
And so I'm like, of course, Cool Greg's gone.
I gave him the call. I told him because he was like, why are we leaving? And I was like, the cops are here. We're at capacity. And he was like, are you for real? And he's like, shit, man. All right. Well, like, just let me know what place y'all go next. And Barrett had figured out a place.
I was texting Cool Greg like, yo, we're heading over to whatever on Clement.
He texts him this, but Cool Greg like doesn't respond. We walk out. We start walking to the other bar, which was like
around the corner.
It's around the corner, down a block. Like it's not like Cool Greg would have just known where to go. We start walking, and then we're like, I'm telling the story to other people that didn't know that like Cool Greg just disappeared, which is so fucking funny. And of course, and right as we're doing that, Cool Greg out of the darkness of the alley just walks in. Hey, what's up, man? The cops gone.
Like, I don't know. Like, hey, what's up? I'm not trying to fuck with these cops, man. It was
He does like
so,
the Bram Stoker like.
it was so comedically timed. Like we couldn't believe it. We were laughing so fucking hard.
It was just gold.
I'd like to imagine that at one point someone looked up and it was dark in the sky, and then the bolt of lightning comes and
Arc
illuminates,
over,
and
yeah.
you just see the silhouette,
silhouette.
of Cool Greg,
Yeah.
spray
Not
ball,
like this.
you know. Yeah, it is amazing.
Yeah, it was gold.
I'd like to say I'm bummed I missed this night, but
We're
it
still not
was-
even to the performance. I want to know
No,
about
there's
that.
not much to say.
Well,
there.
hold on. So we're at the next place, and I'm already getting. I want to go home, and we're hearing that she's not going to go up until midnight. So I'm like, all right, it's like 11:50. I'm like, I just want to go home.
10
Like,
minutes.
by this point.
No, it's 10:50. No, it's 10:50.
Oh,
so
sorry. I thought you
the
said
thing
11:50.
was, we
That's
go to
right.
this third bar, and Tim's on the social medias as he does, and he sees like, oh, she's at the bar now, and for some connection, we thought like, oh, she might be going up like in the next 10, 15 minutes. So you and I started walking over there.
I was
We're
like, guys, we gotta fucking go. And the entire group's like, cool, bye.
Yeah, I left
I'm like,
immediately.
great.
Yeah, we left like at 11, and so the rumor was she's going up at 11, right?
So you left the bar you were at to go to her
No,
thing.
I
You
just
left
went.
to go home.
They did, yeah.
Oh, you were just like, I don't care.
it was
and then-
literally just Tim and me.
Which was very disappointing. Because I'm like, Andy.
In the Uber back, get the text message. She's not going up until midnight. I'm like, glad I left because there's no way I'm waiting around another hour. I'm so
happening.
exhausted.
If it was
And then-
dashboard confessional, would you have waited?
Oh yeah.
Sexist.
And then it's 1:12 p.m. and Barrett posts on the Kind of Funny Vids Instagram account about to watch Jackie Hollywood, and I text him, I was like, she hasn't gotten up yet. It's 1:20 in the morning.
There's a reason she didn't go up. So here's what's happening. I'm looking at my social media, and then people that I follow are posting about it, and like, oh, we're about to go up at 11. And like, there's a key bit of this that I realized that I didn't think about going into this. That this was going to be a San Francisco, not even high school reunion, Tim Gettys' life reunion at this damn place. We go, and I know like 20 people there. And I'm like, I don't necessarily want to see these 20 people ever again in my life, but they're here.
They're there.
You know, we got to hang out. We got to, you know,
familiar.
like, kiss the babies and shake hands and all that stuff.
They brought a baby at
There
1
was
in the
dude,
morning.
so many damn
Kiss the
babies.
handshake
But this
babies.
was like 7 p.m. This was like way earlier
Sure,
than I
sure.
did there. We had left. So
Shout
me
out
and
to bring your
Barrett-
baby to the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fuck
dude.
I
yeah.
also respect people that bring dogs to bars. I like to pet them.
Yeah, if you have a cool
If you
bar,
can
and
put him on
bring a
the
dog,
stool, you know what I mean?
Sure.
The dog
Yeah.
sits
On
there
that
because he's
stool?
terrified because to him it's like the Grand Canyon.
yeah.
Me and
there was-
Barrett go to this place at 11 p.m. and it's so fucking ungodly loud.
Yeah.
People haven't even started going on. This DJ is just playing music, and we're like, we're gonna bounce again. So I tell the people there, I'm like, yo, text me. Jackie's there at this point. We say hi to her, take some pictures and shit, and she's just like, hey, I'll let you know before I get on. I'm like,
'Cause, yeah, none of this is
great,
Jackie's fault.
fantastic. Oh no, of course not.
Yeah,
No.
just make sure. Well, I mean, clear for the story.
But it's clear at this point. So me and Barrett go.
We were
so now
gone. We were
get-
gone from the second bar for like 15 minutes.
Not
and when
even
we,
15 minutes. We walked to this fucking place, found out she wasn't going on, come back, and everyone's
left.
gone.
Yeah, they were waiting for you to leave. And
Everyone.
They're like, as soon as
Barrett, the
they're
birthday
gone,
boy's not watching anymore. See ya.
gone.
Yeah, exactly. So
You get
yeah,
me
we
out
go
for
back.
5 minutes.
So our group of 20 people is now me, Barrett, and Cool Greg.
Yeah.
And then
That's a great group.
And
though.
then
James
out of
Burke.
nowhere, James Burke I just see fucking walk by and come in. I'm like, how did you even
that
know we're at
Giants
this
game?
third fucking bar? And he's
He
like,
just heard there was a
"I saw
Giants game
Cool
playing
Greg."
there.
He walked in with like a WrestleMania chair.
He's like, don't worry, guys, I brought my own seat.
And it was just like the most like movie moment of like James fucking Burke. I had told him the night before because me and him went to dinner. I'm like, I'm doing this thing if you want to come. He didn't text me. He didn't text anybody. He just showed up.
That's awesome.
Late.
That's
of course,
awesome.
because he's James. So to get to the point of this, we end up seeing her perform. We go back, and it's me, Barrett, Cool Greg, and James Burke.
Yeah.
All right. Like
wrecking
when I
crew.
thought of what this night was gonna be and where it ended, you know, I
It was a
definitely
solid
thought
night.
I thought it was a fun night. I thought Andy'd be there for sure to see Jackie
man.
Hollywood's
Fucking
first.
Real quick, I'm
performance.
sorry to pull aside and just Gia, your girlfriend? No,
Sorry, Gia
So
also traveling.
currently at this point is in Disneyland for our friend Becky's bachelorette party
Gotcha.
Joey.
Yeah.
with Joey, and Gia was also out of
Gia
town.
was in LA for her best
Orange
friend's
Theory.
dress
Yeah.
shopping for a wedding and stuff. I don't fucking know.
At an orangery in LA.
So we're in this fucking bar. Jackie's about to go up. You can
Yeah.
tell, and it became clear that they were going to keep her till the end because she had
had the crowd.
And goddamn, did she have the crowd?
Yeah.
I would say there was about 40 people there.
Yeah.
Just for Jackie fucking.
How many people total?
Maybe 43.
Okay.
Yeah. And so they kept her second to last to go up, which is
And
like.
the closer was MC Hammer.
But it was so good because it's like we watch all these people go up and we're all just like, you know,
Alright,
trying to be
cool.
nice and shit. Jackie goes up, fucking kills it.
Yeah.
Fucking kills it. She had a hype woman there, killing the
Yes.
game.
Yes.
Cool Greg went to high school with her. I don't remember her name. But anyways,
Cool Greg's friend.
throwing cookies out. Bags of cookies. It was amazing.
Yeah.
All right,
It was
all right.
like, it was a magical
Did
fucking moment.
Jackie just do cookies? Because
No,
she has that other
did
song.
boys first
That's right.
to warm
First.
it up, and then she did cookies.
Yeah.
You gotta close to the hit.
You got to close with it. Yeah. So that was great. But one of my favorite bits of the whole night was there was one more group that performed after her. The moment they start rapping, they start
Everyone
performing.
left.
No one gave a fuck. They're all talking. They're all congratulating Jackie, and it's always super fucking awkward. But it gets better. At this
Or
point,
worse.
at this point, Barrett didn't know what planet he was on.
I was a good like 15, 16 beers in.
He was so drunk that the next day, two things happened. One, he texted me at like 1 p.m. like, "Hey, you get home okay?"
just to make sure.
I
you know.
appreciate it, but like,
You're like,
Yeah,
no.
but at that point,
yeah,
Barrett,
Barrett.
there's nothing you can do.
The body
Tim's like, I'm at
cold.
3810 or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just like, yeah, I'm fine. But the better thing was the next day when we were talking, he was just like, I don't remember Jackie's performance at all. He's like, I know I saw it because I shot the
I was gonna say,
Instagram video.
I got to live it through the Instagram account. Yeah, thanks to your great
And
social
so
media.
one of the other things is I vaguely remember talking to the last group of the night because
no.
they had a
Oh,
they had
no.
a pretty high performance. So I was just like, "Yo, you guys killed it! Like that was awesome."
He was trying to be nice to him.
Sure.
But also when you're drunk,
Wait, hold on.
everything's
Wait,
cool.
he's trying to be nice to him. What happened?
I don't remember the rest of the conversation, but at some point I got one of the performers, like one of the dude's numbers, and at some point, like I text him like, "Yo, like y'all killed it!" Like
Why?
I don't know. Again,
What's happening? What the fuck is
The
happening?
next day.
So like the next day, I'm like, "Yo, like y'all killed it!" Like
You texted him the next day?
No. I texted him like that night, like
Okay.
it's Barrett,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
and then the next morning he texted me back like, "Yo,
A
like."
dick pic.
No. Next morning he like
Stop
texted me
calling
like,
me.
"Yo, like hit me up when you guys are doing another showcase." So in some point in that conversation, he thought I was the one who organized the fucking concert that night.
Fucking moron.
Like,
Could it
look
be
at
because
that,
you
though.
told
Isn't
him
he
you were the
totally
one that
the guy?
organizes the concert? Hey man, I just want you guys to know, I'm part of Kind of Funny Vids. We do lots of showcases. This is my show.
It's
I own this
perfect.
bar.
I don't. Did they pay you? Because I like you. Here's some money.
I told the story
fine.
to Alyssa and she was like, "You're never allowed to party with Tim ever again."
It was
At,
gold,
at,
man.
at E3 this year, please keep an eye on Barrett. That's all I'll say.
Of course,
invited.
the night ended. Barrett just walks off. He lives very close, but like he just walks off, and then me, Greg, and James are like, we got to get some fucking pizza.
Za.
Right? So we went to Nazario's.
So how
And
is
had a great time.
is Nazario's pizza by the slice?
Yeah.
Yep.
I fucking-
Nazario's pizza is like drunk 2 a.m.
Right, but they don't. Okay, that's what sucks. Because I've tried to, through Postmates you can order pickup, right? I've tried to pick up on their menu. They don't sell by the slice. They only sell them by the pie.
You gotta do it through Grubhub. Does it through
Grubhub has
Grubhub does by the slice.
But I've been on with the Super
tips
Eats
right
thing
here.
because me and Greg going for Diamond. You know what I mean?
Are you
So
kidding
now
me
I'm
right
realizing how all y'all motherfuckers get these levels. It's the Uber Eats.
now? No, incorrect.
Not you. These guys. though.
Okay,
No,
sure, fair.
not me. I barely do Uber Eats. I normally Postmates.
Yeah, I do Postmates
The amount
too,
of
but
times
now-
that I Postmate fucking volcano curry twice a
Dude,
week.
Let me tell you, Andy Cortez comes out of his room yesterday. Me and Alyssa are like about to go grocery shopping. Or
Oh,
whatever.
damn, that's it.
He's like,
it
oh,
was
hey,
about to be sexy, then it wasn't at all.
And like he's
We're gonna
like,
get
hey,
some
what are you
kale.
guys up to? We're like, oh, nothing. And he's like, why are you out of your room? Because we never see Andy out of
Yeah.
his room. And he goes to the fucking front door to pick up
Just to pick up my
the
volcano
5th
curry.
Fucking order volcano curry
Nice.
this week. Motherfucker didn't even
Yo,
like
volcano
text us.
curry, dude.
Shout out.
I got it. For the
I
first time
always
from
do.
Caviar.
I just, for some reason, I was just out of it. This weekend was like me staying up until 6 a.m, waking up like at 2 p.m.
It's an Apex fix, man.
It was great,
got on
man.
a fucking
Yeah,
Apex
no,
train.
but no, it was fucking Genlock. That is the reason why I
Oh,
stayed up
yeah?
so late,
Yeah,
dude. You
yeah.
gotta watch it, man. It's real good, dude.
would love to.
Real good.
I want pizza so bad. Like I'm so ready for some great pizza because I've been away for a week,
Monster
so I haven't had any
sucks.
pizza.
Miss
Which
national
but
pizza.
no, it doesn't even suck. It doesn't even suck. I miss the American. But we made pizza, but it wasn't. You know how pizza's. But it's like
But you've been bad all
here's
weekend.
what I want you to know. Is that, and this is saying something, and you can say, Greg's lost a lot of weight. He rides his bike to work, yada, yada, yada. I'm still team fat till I die. But there was literally, for some reason, 2 nights in a row where I just woke up at 3 a.m. Not because of jet lag or anything. Just woke up at 3 a.m. and just couldn't get back to sleep for like an hour. And like you sit there and you do that, or an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I was sitting there like processing every decision you've ever made and all that shit. You're just like running through the backlog of all
Yeah.
these things or whatever in your life. And there was one point where I was sitting there, I'm just like, I've never eaten this badly. Like I was like, I've eaten so many poutines, so many like even not like from the it runs the gamut of a poutine wasted. Like I got there like getting to Montreal, right? The whole point, Tim, I know you remember, I moved my flight up from Saturday to Friday so that I could be there for Jen was doing, or Jen's company, Papa Jen was doing their first, like, hey, it's our first birthday. We're inviting all our clients because they're mainly a Montreal-based company to this thing we're doing. And it was like, I moved up my flight to surprise her. Yay. Went there. And I'm like, the flight got delayed by like 3 hours. So I was already cutting way into the party I was trying to get to. No big deal. Me and Porty get off the plane, shuffle on down to get our bag. I had to check because I packed so many goddamn winter clothes and I got the dog. Get there. Bags are just coming down the carousel, just going. And then the carousel just stops. Oh. And there's the one bag on it and like nobody else is around and it's not my bag.
Fuck.
So I march over to Air Canada and I'm like, hey, my bag didn't come. It was big. Maybe it's oversized. Like what? And I give him the thing and he's just like, oh no, it's in Toronto. And I'm like, well, I'm in Montreal. And they're like, no, I just didn't make it on the plane. So we had to send it to Toronto because there's one flight a day. It'll be here tomorrow. We'll get it delivered to you, of course. And I'm disgusting because I've been on a plane all day. I'm like, whatever. And the guy's like, what address are you at? And I texted Jen, like, I already texted her, so the bag's lost. Where should I send the thing? She gave me the address for where we were. Then she's like, oh, wait, maybe we should send it here. And then she sent it. And I'm like, it's very clear my wife's been drinking. And I was like, I had to call her and be like, stop. Where? Like, we need a thing to send it to. And the guy's like, yeah, it'll get there tomorrow. But just in case, how long are you in town for? I was like, oh my fucking God. You know what I mean?
You're like, what's the range here? He's like,
Exactly.
could be tomorrow, could be September.
But anyways, it got there the next day. The way they said it would happen actually happened. It was, whatever got there. But for the food though, landed, all that shit happened. Immediately went to the party. They had no food by the time I got there. I ate a Cliff Bar that I had out of my bag like a rat. You know what I mean?
Smart call.
And then at the end we went to another bar, and this is where I made the huge mistake of, I'm at this bar and I've just been drinking random beers. No, no rhyme or reason to the beers. Lately, I've been trying my martini fix. I've been on a martini kick. So I was like, give me a martini. And they gave me a martini. I was like, this is a fucking great ass martini. Then I had another martini and I was like, I'm going to stop drinking now. And then the guy who had been throwing the party, the studio they were at, gave me a martini. I was like, oh no. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to stop. And somebody else bought a martini. I'm like, Jen, you got to start drinking martinis with me. And so that night Jen was like, let's go to another bar. Let's do this. And I grabbed her and I was literally like, I have to eat. Like, I haven't eaten food. Like, went and got a poutine. Right, disgusting. Then the next day we went to Joe Beef, my favorite restaurant in the world, which is like crazy, luxurious, crazy food. You know what I mean? And it was like, that was great. But it's like, again, foie gras and like heavy fucking shit and all like great rich food. And then it was day after day, meal after meal of just eating like a fucking monster.
That's me when I
That's
go
what you
back
do on
home.
vacation, man.
I
Life in
know, but
Argentina.
Again, like I am team fat, and I'm not. I take my shirt off and all the shit. It was that thing of like putting on my pants and being like,
this is too much.
This is not right. This is like too much. I can't.
I can feel myself getting fat.
And like we were at jump all. I mean, like I was there Friday till Sunday, and like we got to her friend's house. The people who gave Bonhomme over there. What up, Bonhomme? He's having a great time. And like literally, I think Saturday they asked like, "What do you want to eat tonight for dinner?" I was like, "A salad." Like I need a fucking salad. Like I need.
Like, here's your salad, and they give you poutine. You're
Yeah,
like,
no,
suck
it was
it.
like, god damn it. Yeah, it was like, but it was ridiculous. And that's the thing is like I want pizza so bad, but I feel like I've not earned pizza in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, you had a salad today, so
I did have a salad today, and then
I
a
had
bunch
a-
of beers.
I had a salad today, and then I was looking at Greg, and I was like, that half-open bag of hot Fritos is just calling my name, dude. And then I had to get into it, and I dug in, and I fucking did it for the squad, dude.
one of my favorite things
Did
that
it for all of
I-
you guys.
I don't know if we caught on social media. I don't know if Barrett caught it, but Troy and Nolan were in the office today, and I guess they had come in and immediately demanded breakfast. And
Fucking Hollywood actors, you know?
I walk in. You guys are doing games daily, and it came from, I think it was Squat and Gobble we ordered from, and they ordered like 2 of everything because they couldn't decide
pretty
between the
boy
2 of them.
diet.
So it was like both of them had steel cut oatmeal. Both of them had bacon.
They
Both
just
of
had
them-
bacon,
They
yeah.
had 2 sides of avocado that were in the same thing. That was a point of contention because they're like, we asked for them in separate
They're so beautiful.
containers.
They are really
They were
pretty.
beautiful. I just watched this happen. I'm like, what's it like being like professional? Is it fun? Like you're high, like
Well,
so highbrow.
I mean, they were impressed by us. You kidding me?
No, they were placating us.
Yeah, they kept just.
No, I mean, Retro Replay is a garbage show. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, exactly. No, well, not that. No, I think
no.
like when we were all sitting at our desks and Cool Greg's editing and like
Yeah,
Joe's
yeah.
doing it, and Nolan was like, "This is a fucking machine here."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's really cool that you say that, but like, I don't know if
My favorite thing was Troy seeing Cool Greg, walking up to him and saying hi. Cool Greg not recognizing him at all because he has different hair.
Yeah, different hair
every
color.
fucking time.
Yeah.
And Cool Greg's like, hey man, Cool Greg, nice to meet you. Like he always does. Really nice, really,
Yeah.
really Cool Greg about it. And Troy's like, I know who you are. And he goes, I'm like, it's Troy Baker, dude. He's like, nah. His hair's different, but
It's
it's Troy Baker. And he goes, oh man. And he goes out and he like hugs Troy, and Troy's like, no, don't fake it. Cool Greg, I ain't faking it. It's so fucking funny.
I'll never forget when Steve Gaynor came here for the first time, and I heard the exchange. The door buzz. A couple seconds later, door opens. Hey, what's up, man? I'm Cool Greg. Oh, hey, Cool Greg. Nice to meet you. And then I hear I'm giggling at myself, and Gaynor walks in. He
so
goes,
cool.
I just met someone named Cool Greg. Does that sound right? I was like,
love
oh yeah, that's
Gaynor.
cool. He goes, oh, okay, because he didn't know if he was fucking with him or not. He was just like,
I love it.
I'll
I
never
love it
forget
so
where
much.
Finnegan was coming in to do a podcast. I think with you and Fredo,
Oh, yeah.
one of the games casts. And Finnegan walks in, the first thing Cool Greg doesn't even say hi. He's like, "Hey, bro, I hope you didn't use all your good takes on IGN and shit." Threatening him to not do his job.
yeah. Well, with Finnegan, it probably did.
One more Cool Greg thing that I want to bring up is, can you bring up his Twitter right now, Kevin?
Yeah, sure.
On
Oh my
Internet
God.
Explorers today,
Oh,
we
okay.
did a whole bit of
Best.
just looking at Cool Greg's
Sure.
last week in tweets.
Did you do the per se one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that was and I saw it. Then John Drake was like,
We
"What
went through
about
it all.
Purdy?" He's like, "I didn't even think about the you." And Sean's like, "No, you spelled it right."
We went through all of it, and it was gold. But he just tweeted another one. And God, if you're not following kind of Cool Greg,
You're fucking up.
You're fucking up. Here we go. He tweets Patty Mayonnaise appreciation post. Quote tweeting, fuck mayonnaise, no expectations. Replies, it's supposed to say no exceptions.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fucking great. That is fucking great.
You can't write this.
So good. Oh my God.
Oh my god.
God, Cool Greg's the best.
I heard it. Yeah.
And I know I've talked about it, I think, on the show last week, but just remember the time he called the president a bitch.
He didn't, to be fair, and this is probably the reason why he's not in a federal penitentiary, is that he didn't call the president a bitch. He used
an image,
the image,
the meme.
that he didn't make of someone else calling the president a bitch.
It was too good.
Remember
it
we
was
were having-
I was in just hysterics.
hear
And it was similar to it was similar to Brett Meg, right? Yeah, Burt Meg.
Meg.
Like where it was like literally 40 minutes had gone by and Jen and I were watching a movie and I just busted up and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "We live in a world where Cool Greg just called the president a bitch." And everybody's like, "You're right, Cool Greg. You're right."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
Just
great one.
So good.
That's a great one.
Don't
So
insult San
good.
Francisco. He's got
Remember
simple
the
rules.
word that I was thinking of on Gamescast where I was like, man,
Pud.
those are some good words. Remember that, Tim?
Yeah.
The word was satire. I just had it tweeted at me by Rock and Rolly, who just said the word was satire. I was just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Where
And we were like,
Tamara,
parody.
I was like, a parody. It's a spoof. Yeah.
Let's
that was
end
good.
this podcast
Good one. Good one back.
with a reach back into Greg Miller's history. A story I don't think I've ever told here that involves satire. So as many of you know, I have a degree in journalism. This started at a young
MIZ?
age. Of course, ZOU. Fourth grade, I decided I wanted to write about video games. That was going to be my thing, yada, yada, yada. I also entertained being a cartoonist for a long time, drawing
Froggy.
comic strips. Exactly, Froggy. I've talked about that for a while. When I got to high school, I was still drawing. I was doing all this different stuff, but I, of course, was running the school newspapers immediately. And
Greg's Gazette.
freshman year, that was junior high, but I appreciate you remember that as well.
I remember. I'll listen sometime.
Freshman year, I'm doing the bi-monthly paper. I was pretty much promoted right away to the editor-in-chief, whatever. I'm doing a co-position with somebody else. And I put a comic strip or not even a comic strip, but a one-panel comic, right? That of course, was stupid, juvenile, low-hanging fruit, yada, 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 right? But I'm a kid, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm drawing, learning all this stuff. And it was inside the mind of a cheerleader, right? And it was very negative to being a cheerleader. Because, and it's totally not based on any of the cheerleaders I knew. But,
ditzy airheads or
whatever. You know what I mean? My moderator and other people had seen it. No big deal. It went to print. It went out. Everybody saw it. Everything. Of course, this teacher who understandably so, ran the cheerleaders for our tiny school. 600 kids total in this school, right? Had a huge fucking problem with this cartoon, right? But I, of course, being a stupid child and not understanding why anybody would have an issue with this. Stupid, not even that. She yanks me out of class one day and is just like, do you like this and that? And I was like,
What was
no.
it about? What was the cartoon about?
It was a one wide panel.
Like a
that
Far
was,
Side style?
Yeah,
Like
pretty
a
much
Russian
sure. But
style?
it was just like inside. It wasn't good or clever or anything. It was like a drawing of a
like-
cheerleader and then like the brain and then like a bunch of stupid fucking cheers and fucking this and boys numbers. I don't even remember what else it said, but it was very much like they're morons.
So it wasn't like a things to do list. Like,
No, I mean no, nothing like that. It was like
Things to
something
do.
I was gonna
It's
go
Greg
down
Miller
dark.
things to do, and it's just the names of all the cheerleaders.
I thought it was gonna be the football team, but yeah, that makes sense.
and so she's just like fucking railing on me out there, and I'm totally caught off guard because it's the first I've heard of it. I didn't think about it. I think the paper might have even been out a couple days. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Really, I didn't no expectations about this. And she asked me, "Was this an attempt at satire?" And I was literally like, "I don't know what that word means."
Is satire one of the cheerleaders?
I was like,
It's not a good thing.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, right? And so in my freshman year world, I think it was freshman year, it doesn't matter. This is like, it just explodes, right? Because then all the cheerleaders that, again, this was not written about or drawn about, are mad at me. And I was like, I know a lot of them and they're cool. Like it was like, but
What's your problem?
totally, right?
Chelsea?
And like you step back and look at it like, oh, I understand the problem. I understand why I was a moron and idiot about this. But at the time, I'm like so caught off guard this happening. And like, I'll never forget this girl in my class handed me a note or whatever. And like, it was the day this is all happening. And we went back to my friend's Mike's house and I opened it and it was just like, just so you know, like a lot of the cheerleaders are on National Honor Society, period. And like, but it was that thing where we could see that they had written a whole bunch, and the whole bunch they had written, because it was still like pencil and they erased it, was very like, hey, we understand where you're coming from, but da da da. It was a low hanging, but then they just boiled it down to one thing.
Yeah,
I was
they're
like,
like, this guy can't
what the
read.
fuck? I don't know what's going on, blah, blah. And then the same thing, the woman who had called me out had given me a letter at the end of the day that she had also given to the principal and given to the moderator and given to everything else that you read, and it was like literally like, this, dear, I think it was principal, right? Like, this thing has been run in the paper. It's totally false and doesn't make any fucking sense. It's an insult to all the students, yada, yada, yada. And I talked to Greg Miller and I asked him all the, and I asked him if it was an attempt at satire, and he informed me he was not quite sure what that word meant.
That's the best part.
And so it's freshman year. I don't know anything. I'm like, fucking God. I'm like, am I getting expelled? Like, I don't know. This is just a stupid cartoon. And I came in the next day to school and I walked in like all shakily to my moderator's office. And he's a teacher. He's an English teacher, but like grades ahead of me. And he's like, oh, hey, he called me Chief. Hey, Chief, what's up? I'm like, and he's like, I'm like, so like, what's going to happen? He's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what's gonna happen? And like the other co-editor had written a thing too, like, hey, like washing her hands. Like, I didn't have anything to fucking do with that.
I thought you were gonna say, well, luckily someone else drew a cartoon about Hitler.
Not Nazis, right?
Well, actually, you're okay.
And I was like, well, what are we gonna do about this thing? And he's like, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, what do you mean it doesn't matter? And he's like, it's fine. It was a cartoon. Don't worry about it. And I was like, what about the other girl's letter? And he literally goes, you can't stand the heat. Stay out of the kitchen. And I was like, not my teacher, my co-editor. I was like, okay. And it was like such a weird juxtaposition, and nothing ever came of it. Nothing ever
You
came.
learned the definition of satire.
So first off, there's two epilogues, right? So
great
Classic
story.
Greg Miller.
a week goes by, nothing's happened. This English teacher will hate the not my moderator, the cheerleader coach.
Yeah.
Will hate me my entire 4 years in high school. Will fucking go out of her way to be super rude to me and be like bad. Again, in the moment of the cheerleader thing, I was totally wrong. That was a dumb joke, and it totally offended people that I loved and knew.
Seems
right?
like they could have probably pulled you aside and explained that to you a little bit better.
Sure, could have been a teaching moment. Could have been a teaching moment.
Like, what would you?
Here's my problem again with my high school, of course, and this is so hard now as a 35-year-old. Am I older than my teachers were at the time? Probably, right? And I think so many of them acted in so many juvenile ways, such as holding a grudge against a fucking kid who didn't know any better, and it wasn't negative. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Never had her for a class, so it didn't matter. Anyways,
I thought you were gonna be like, I joined the cheer squad just to piss her off.
epilogue 1 is that a week later, like, this is all blown over. No big deal. I didn't have to issue an apology. It's just like a thing between my moderator and this English teacher who already didn't like each other, obviously. Open up my locker, me and my friend whose house I had been at, where we were like, what the fuck's going on? A vocab test falls out, right? And he picks it up and starts laughing at it, and it was a quiz, and like number 3 was like satire with a big red X through it. That I had gotten it wrong like 2 weeks earlier. That I just didn't know what this was.
So amazing.
And then the double epilogue into it, right? Of like, yeah, this teacher held a grudge for me forever and ever and ever. My senior year high school quote is, I asked him if it was an attempt at satire. He informed me he was not quite sure what that word meant.
That is awesome.
So that's my thing.
That is awesome.
Satire.
I
Yeah.
love that.
It was a long, winding run. I don't think about it often. I still probably have that letter somewhere. I should try to dig that out. I probably still have it
I
in the
was
fucking...
really hoping the letter was just going to be the meme that Cool Greg sent to Trump. You a bitch.
You want to know a secret? You a bitch. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Kinda Funny podcast. If you didn't know, each and every week, usually four best friends gather on this table, each bringing stuff that's happened in their lives and conversations they want to have with you. If you enjoy that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny, where you can give us a few bucks and get each and every episode early. They will be ad free. They will be a video. They will have, they will be an MP3 too. They will be packed with the pre and post show. You don't have to worry about that. You can watch it live. You can do all that stuff. We're going to roll in the post show right now. So if you enjoyed this episode, head on over there. We're going to look at the YouTube chat, see what they have to say.
I got some
Of course,
good shit,
don't
too.
just insult cheerleaders. That was stupid. Be smarter than I was as a kid.
Pull up Cool Greg's Twitter again. We got some good stuff for the post show.
All right. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, it's been our pleasure to serve you.